Have elected to receive as Chris Ernest approaches the ball, kicks it away from right to left, and we are underway. A very deep kickoff. Zeraway back there will go down to a knee at the back of the end zone, and it will be a touchback. Amos Zeraway will handle some kickoff returns this afternoon for the Mountaineers. Nate Terry normally out there for West Virginia, injured obviously, and so Zeraway will be given that opportunity. So it's time for West Virginia's offense to take over, led by junior quarterback Mark Balger. The last 4 games, this young man has been tremendous, averaging 307 yards per outing. Tulsa set to go on defense. West Virginia calling its play from the sideline, and they immediately go right to work. And the Mountaineers will come out with 3 receivers to the wide right side of the field. First down and 10 from the 20. Zeraway is the lone setback. Back to tight end, lined up to the left. The snap and the handoff to Amos. Looking to turn the corner. Has a hole at the 25, up the sideline, over the 30 to the 33-yard line. That's a first down for West Virginia's Amos Zeraway on the game's first play. Nothing fancy. Zeraway took it off the left side for 13 yards. For West Virginia, David Saunders comes into the game this afternoon with an opportunity to become West Virginia's all-time leading receiver. 125 career catches for David. Rashawn Vanterpool, the all-time leading receiver, has 126. So, Woody, David needs 1 to tie and 2 to take the all-time record.
Well, let's hope he gets that early this afternoon.
First and 10 from the 33 of West Virginia. Green goes in motion. Balger under center, takes the snap, again handing off to Zeraway, again running left, and this time the running room is very tight. He'll get a yard. That is it. Ahead to the 34-yard line for junior Amos Zeraway. Mountaineer offensive line, solid unit. Randy Dunnigan making his 15th consecutive start this afternoon, but really it's Solomon Page over there at that left tackle spot. His 27th career start. There were questions about his preparation coming into the year as far as his off-season conditioning. He came back, he has been in shape, and he has done a fantastic job off that left side. So it's second down and 9 for West Virginia from its 34-yard line. The game's opening possession. The Mountaineers with twin receivers wide right, single receiver to the left. Zeraway, the lone setback. Balger to throw, backside pressure. Zeraway, I should say Balger fires it incomplete, intended over there for Pat Green. That time, Tulsa brought the cornerback, Todd Franz, from the backside. And I don't know whether or not Mark heard his footsteps coming, but that pass really never had a chance.
Just before the snap, we've got Anthony Green off the field. He's laying behind the bench there looking at his leg.
So that is big news for West Virginia because Green is key as far as West Virginia's offense. He's used as a fullback and a blocker. It's his left ankle. Third down and 9 for West Virginia from its 34-yard line. Out of the shotgun, Balger steps back. He fires, and the pass is dropped to a wide-open David Saunders. It would have been a first down and a whole lot more. David Saunders, who we just mentioned, who has a chance to become West Virginia's all-time leading receiver, couldn't have an easier pass to catch. It was there, but he took his eyes off of the football and started upfield before he grabbed it. The ball was there for a first down. So the Mountaineers will have to punt on the game's opening possession. Jay Taylor, who's done a fantastic job, ready to boot the ball back to Spencer Bragg, the junior from Lawton, Oklahoma. Bragg stands back at his 20-yard line. Taylor comes into the game, averaging 45.5 yards a punt. And here's the kick. Traveling from left to right, spiraling kick. Bragg's going to take it from the 23, and he's immediately hit and dropped at the 26.5-yard line. A 43-yard punt from Jay Taylor, and Charles Fisher was there for West Virginia to knock him down. Braggs really had nowhere to run after taking that football in.
Very similar to Lightcap's tackle on the punt last week, but Lightcap, I think, had a little better hit. But still, you talk about hearing footsteps. When you got a herd of something coming down on you like that, it's difficult to catch that football.
And here comes our first look at this potent Tulsa offense. They begin the game with twin receivers wide right, twin receivers to the left. Now a motion man, Savage from right to left, and a bobbled snap on the opening play. Fitzgerald, the quarterback, is after it. The Mountaineers say they have it, and West Virginia will have the fumble. West Virginia, Kevin Lando comes up with the turnover. Fitzgerald, the quarterback from Tulsa, came up from under center, and he bobbled the football, and Kevin Lando comes up with his first career fumble recovery. West Virginia will take the ball. First down and 10 from the Tulsa 27-yard line. The center there, Steve Schiller, really never made a good delivery back to his quarterback Fitzgerald, and Kevin Landolt was right on top of it. So a golden opportunity against the Golden Hurricane early for West Virginia. 14:26 to go here in the opening quarter. And the Mountaineers ready to go to work. Triple receivers wide to the right. Zeraway is the lone setback. Bulger under center. Takes the snap, hands off to Zeraway, looking for running room, and Tulsa forces a fumble, and Zeraway coughs it up, and Tulsa recovers the fumble over the 35-yard line. Sean Farley, the strong side linebacker, comes up with the loose football, and the two teams exchange turnovers. Chris Odom forced the fumble from Zeraway. Farley was there to pick it up, and West Virginia gives it right back to the Golden Hurricane.
Remember, we seen with the ball might win. I don't think either team wants it.
Well, it's the second straight game that Amos has fumbled in the opening quarter. Ball got popped out of there. Here comes Tulsa now, 1st and 10 from its 37. Fitzgerald under center with a single setback, twins to the right. And the handoff is taken there, and running hard is Reggie Williams, and he stood up and knocked down at the 41-yard line. A 4-yard pickup on the play. Kyle Caden in from his middle linebacker spot. He's a freshman out of Fremont, Ohio. Tulsa has Wes Caswell out there as a very talented receiver, a young man who's a senior in the truest sense. He's almost a senior citizen. It's his 6th year of eligibility. I mean, this kid was playing when West Virginia last went undefeated in 1993. This time, Tulsa with a wishbone formation. And the handoff again goes to Williams, and West Virginia is sitting, and it is waiting, and there is a 1-yard gain on the play. Tried to take it off the right side, and the Mountaineer defense was there. Big Johnny Thornton anchoring that Mountaineer defensive front. Charlton Forbes coming off a great game last week against Maryland.
You know, normally you see the wishbone from Tulsa after they've put a big score on the board, because it's not a quick hurry-up, catch-up type offense. But if you've got the other team disgusted by the slowness of the bone, then you got it made.
Possession down, 3rd down and 4 for Tulsa from its 43. Triple receivers wide left. Single receiver comes now in motion. Comes all the way over. Fitzgerald under center, dropping back 5 steps. He looks, has time, fires wide down. The pass is incomplete. West Virginia holds off the Hurricanes. The ball was thrown too wide for Damon Savage, out of bounds in front of the Mountaineer bench. Perlo Bastine was on the coverage. Tulsa will have to punt the ball away. Let's get an injury update now from John Garcia down on the field. John, what's up with Anthony Green?
Anthony is being evaluated by Dr. Stoll, the orthopedic surgeon, Tony. It looks like the injury is on the lateral part of the left ankle, and it looks like he's going to be iced by John Spiker, and I'll let you know what his status is here shortly.
Very good. Green is in noticeable pain, and he is hobbling down there. Now a punt time for Tulsa, and their quarterback is their punter, John Fitzgerald. Snap is back, going to punt it away. West Virginia nearly blocked it. Back deep is Antonio Brown. He catches it at the 8, starts upfield to the 10, breaks from one tackler, and a penalty marker will be thrown down at the point of the tackle at the 13-yard line. 49-yard punt, a 4-yard return with a penalty marker down on the play. 12:46 to go here in the opening quarter, and we are scoreless. Officiating crew this afternoon from the Southeast Conference. Doyle Jackson is the referee, and he signals a block into the back against West Virginia.
And wait till we get them on mic. They talk funny. It's going to be West Virginia absorbing the penalty now as the ball
was an illegal block in the back by the returning team during the return. Be penalized half the distance to the goal, followed by 1st down.
We'll take a break with 12:46 to go here in the opening quarter. It's West Virginia nothing and Tulsa nothing. West Virginia getting ready for its second offensive possession of the afternoon. 12 minutes and 46 seconds to go in a scoreless opening quarter. West Virginia forced to punt in its first possession. Actually, this is its third, because it had one play after a Tulsa fumble, and they gave the ball back to the Golden Hurricane. On 1st down, Mark Bulger, play actions, looks to throw, has time, fires the ball down the far sideline, wide open. Sean Foreman makes the catch at midfield, up the sideline, he's knocked down. They'll rule him out at the Temple 48-yard line. How do you like that one to start it off for Mark Bulger? After throwing 2 incomplete passes to start the game, Bulger throws deep down the far sideline for 44 yards, and West Virginia is in Tulsa territory at the Golden Hurricane 48. The free safety, Taquan Gullette, finally brought him down.
And it was a shoestring tackle at that. Foreman almost broke the distance here this afternoon. 44 yards, Bulger right back on top.
10th catch of the season for Sean Foreman. First down and 10 from the Tulsa 48-yard line. Wes Hours has come in as the fullback from a wing position. Bulger hands off Zaraway, looks for room, and Amos pulls the pile ahead down to the 44-yard line of Tulsa. A 4-yard pickup on the play. West Virginia's Amos Zaraway so far this afternoon has picked up 16 yards on 4 carries. Coming into the game, Amos is averaging 5 yards a tote. So 2nd down and 6. Mark Bulger sends David Saunders out wide to the left. Pat Green, the near side receiver. The wingman is Wes Hours to the left, and Zaraway the lone setback. It appears as though Mark is changing the play at the line. On 2nd down, handoff goes to Zaraway. Up he goes to the 40-yard line, and he's down to the 39, and that'll leave West Virginia with 3rd down and short. Amos did a real nice job that time, Woody, looking for the hole. He kind of almost held himself up there for just a moment, saw the hole, and then shot through it.
That hesitation has been the downfall of a lot of good running backs, but a young man with this guy's talent, he could stand there and eat a sandwich if he wanted to. Picked his hole beautifully, and West Virginia's within 1.5 yards of another 1st down.
They'll send Shawnee Foreman out wide left, Corey Ivy to the slot left. Mountaineers almost with a strong formation with a double tight end, and now Wes Hours will come from left to right, and the handoff goes to Amos. He's looking for room, and they're going to stop him short at the 39-yard line. That just did not develop. A good job by Tulsa's defense. Jeremy McClure, a junior, was there to bring down Amos Zaraway. Crowd wants Don Nealon to go for it, and so far no sign of Jay Taylor, and West Virginia will go for it on 4th down.
Well, this is why we took the toss of the coin and received the football at the outset. We are hungry, want to put something on the board first.
All right, 4th down for West Virginia. Foreman and Ivy wide out to the left. Zaraway the lone setback. Hours comes in motion from wing left. Handoff, isolation, big hole. Amos 1st down to the 35, and he's inside the 35 to the 33. 1st down for West Virginia. It was 4th and 1. Amos picks up 6, and the Mountaineers have a fresh set of downs with 10:32 to go in the opening quarter. We are scoreless here at Mountaineer Field. Corey Ivy will come out of the game. Pat Green will enter. Sean Foreman also will take a seat on the bench for a moment. Green will line up wide out left. David Saunders to the near side. Tulsa's corners playing tight on West Virginia's receivers. Zaraway the lone setback. Wingman Hours goes in motion, now relents. And they play action, and Bulger fires for Saunders. He makes the catch at the 25, squirts free. He's got a 1st down for the Mountaineers to the 22. Tackled on the near sideline. Marshall Gordon and Gullette come to make the tackle for David Saunders. His 12th reception of the season, came into the game with the 11. And with that catch, David Saunders has just tied Rashawn Vanterpool for 1st place on West Virginia's all-time career receiving list, his 126th catch here at West Virginia. 1st down and 10. West Virginia from the Tulsa 22. This time, the Mountaineers in a conventional I formation with twin receivers wide left. Now Zaraway breaks from the formation. Bulger fires down the line to Zaraway, makes the catch at the 25, fakes by a would-be tackler, and he will be knocked down close to the line of scrimmage. Tulsa was not biting on that one. Marshall Gordon, the cornerback, their best cover man, made the tackle on Amos. Gordon sat out all of last season after severely damaging his arm in an off-season injury. Had nerve, artery, and tendon damage to that arm, but he's out there this year and has played well in the first 2. 2nd down and 11. They're going to call that a 1-yard loss from the Tulsa 23-yard line. No score. Twin receivers wide out to the right. Single receiver to the left. Bulger checks the play. There's motion up front. Zaraway gets the handoff. Flags are down. It's a free play. He's to the 20. He's to the 15.5-yard line. Looked as though Tulsa jumped off sides on that play. Amos picks up 7 yards on the carry. Gullette and Braggs knocked him down to the turf. And the call from our official, Doyle Jackson, is offsides against Tulsa. Brian Buchanan, the captain out there, explains the situation with Mark Balger, and they confer with the official. And here's Doyle Jackson, the referee.
Doyle, this
Foul
way.
is offsides by the defense. 5-yard foul from the previous spot, followed by second down.
Yeah. So because it was 2nd and 11 penalty, and let us replay the down, so that makes it a conventional 2nd down and 6. So you gain yourself a down by doing it that way. So the ball is spotted at the Tulsa 18-yard line on the wide side of the field. That's the left side. So the wide side is to the right. Mountaineers working toward the pushcar center side of Mountaineer Field from our left to right. Twin receivers wide right. Zeraway is the single setback. Wes Hours in motion from a wing right. Now he goes back to the left. And a toss play to Zeraway looking for room. Amos to the 15, Amos to the 10, Amos to the 5. He's in for the touchdown. Amos Zeraway with an 18-yard touchdown run. West Virginia scores first with 8:36 to go here in the opening quarter. Excellent blocking by the Mountaineers. Up front, Zeraway went right in to the end zone, his 3rd touchdown of the season. And the Mountaineers take a 6-0 lead. It was a toss play to the right side, and Amos Zeraway picked up steam as he moved. And he was not touched as he crossed in. The extra point from Jay Taylor is good. His 84th consecutive point after, and the Mountaineers take a 7-0 lead with 8:36 to go here in the opening quarter. West Virginia 7 and Tulsa nothing.
All that and more next weekend, so consult your local listings for time and station in your area for Mountaineer Magazine. It's more than just the game.
Jay Taylor's kickoff, lofting kick, will be fielded at the 10 by Caswell, and they fake the reverse, and he's over the 25 to the 30. Charles Fisher approaches him at midfield, and they finally knock him out of bounds. A bit of trickery by Tulsa on the kickoff, and it works very well. A 48-yard return for Wes Caswell. He faked a reverse to Corey Brown, kept it, and off he went. So Tulsa is right inside Mountaineer territory after a nice return.
Well, they're full of a lot of tricks, Tony. That's the first one out of the bag today. What we've got to be recognizing now is Coach Rader's threat that they have not shown the old polecat lineup so far. And Don Nealon has been dreaming about it for the last 3 or 4 nights.
That West Virginia scoring drive, 93 yards in 8 plays. Amos with an 18-yard touchdown run. Mountaineers lead 7-0, but Tulsa inside Mountaineer territory, 1st and 10 from the West Virginia 42. 5 receivers in the formation. They throw down the line. The pass is deflected, nearly intercepted by Chris Edmonds. They saw that in film study this week, and Chris Edmonds almost had a 50-plus yard touchdown reception. Fitzgerald dropped back. He had 3 receivers to his left, threw the ball down the line of scrimmage, and I'm telling you what, Chris Edmonds almost gobbled the ball up. He was waiting on the play. Oh, that would have been huge.
Now the difference there, he's not wearing Velcro gloves.
2nd down and 10 from the Mountaineer 42-yard line. Fitzgerald under center with a lone setback. Twin receivers left, single receiver to the right. He changes and calls plays at the line of scrimmage. Takes the snap. Hands off. Reggie Williams looking for room at the 40. His hit penalty marker is down as Williams hits the 39-yard line of West Virginia. Kyle Caden, Kevin Landolt over there to knock down Williams, a senior from Blytheville, Arkansas. Mountaineer players down in the field are clapping, saying, yeah, yeah, yeah. Could be a holding call coming up here against the Golden Hurricane, and it is holding against Tulsa. Looked as though the quick side guard, Anthony Radica, young man from not too far away, Greensburg, Pennsylvania, may have held on that play.
My Jamaica man, fresh out of the hospital last week, Charlton Forbes, has already indicated to the officials. I don't think he's supposed to
Foul
do
is
that.
holding by the offense. A 10-yard foul from the holding spot, followed by a 3rd down.
Tell you what, that's a wonderful
Second
microphone
down.
that we have. It's all right. We have a wonderful microphone on that referee this afternoon. Sounds so crystal clear. Hopefully won't hear from him, though, a lot.
I've noticed every time I start talking, he starts talking. You think there's a problem?
So the penalty pushes Tulsa back to its side of the field at the 49. Golden Hurricane looking at 2nd down and 19. Gerald Smith has come into the game. Lines up. Twin receivers to the left side of the field. That's Caswell and Savage. Lone setback is Williams. He breaks out of the formation in motion, so they've got 3 to the left. Fitzgerald takes the snap. 5-step drop. He looks, has time, rolling out to his right, fires downfield, wide open. Caswell can't come up with it. A missed throw by John Fitzgerald. It was a little bit too tall. Caswell is not a big target. He is only 5 feet 8 inches tall. And John Fitzgerald, who came into the game this afternoon completing 65% of his passes, has misfired on his first 3 attempts. So that'll make it 3rd down and 19. West Virginia will make several substitutions. Scooter Davis will come out of the game. Perlo Bastine will come in. Greg Hernandez also will come on with the extra defensive back. Tulsa this time with twin receivers to each side and a wide slot to the left. That's Charlie Higgins. Play clock is down to 5. Fitzgerald calling his play on 3rd and 19. 5-step drop, looks, fires over the middle, and the pass is intercepted by Jerry Porter. He's to the 40-yard line. He's to the 45, and he loses the ball as he is hit. It's a loose football. West Virginia players and Tulsa players scrambling after it. There's a mass pileup. The Mountaineers say that they have the possession of the ball. Porter coughed it up as he was running upfield. West Virginia says they have it. No signal yet from the officiating crew as they sort it out down below. They're trying to pull players off the bottom of that pile there. No signal yet. We're waiting. All the people are waiting. Tulsa says it has it, and they're going to signal Tulsa football. Oh, my goodness gracious. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Jason Mills, the strong side tackle, came up with the ball. That ball was intercepted by Porter. He was bringing it back on the return. Take a look at our replay monitor. He was holding it like a loaf of bread, and he got
Timeout, Tulsa.
By Gerald Smith. So Tulsa was going to take a timeout here, and we will take it as well with 7:53 to go in the opening quarter. It's West Virginia 7 and Tulsa nothing.
After the game, get the final stats.
West Virginia Football Online.
Click on msnsportsnet.com.
Back at Mountaineer Field, West Virginia 7, Tulsa nothing. Let's go down on the field. John Garcia, what's up with that Mountaineer defense?
Tony, if you'll notice, West Virginia is lining up quite a bit, particularly on 3rd down situations, with a man over the center. They're very concerned with Fitzgerald on the quarterback draw, which he does all by himself.
All right, they'll start off with a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 from the Tulsa 45-yard line after the turnover exchange. Triple receivers, wide left. Single receiver. Single setback is Reggie Williams. Fitzgerald throws down the line. The pass is hauled in and immediately hit and drilled to the ground is Jeremiah Brister. No gain on that play. Barrett Green made a fantastic play, the junior from West Palm Beach, Florida. The Mountaineers hit the road for the first time this season next week when West Virginia takes on the Midshipmen of Navy. Join us on your favorite MSN affiliate for all the exciting action of West Virginia football. Airtime is set for 11:30 with the Mountaineers today. Out of a shotgun on 2nd and 10. Fitzgerald pumps. He throws. Passes caught by Jeremiah Brister inside Mountaineer territory. And he is knocked down on the play by Scooter Davis. Gain on the play of 7 yards for the Tulsa Golden Hurricanes.
And with that play, Tony, they go into double figures as far as total offense. They now have 16 yards offense. West Virginia's 100.
3rd down and a yard. Let's see what Tulsa does here from the West Virginia 46-yard line. Twin receivers to the right, single receiver to the left. Lone setback is Reggie Williams. Fitzgerald underneath his center, Steve Schiller. Takes the snap, quarterback keep. He's got the 1st down as he plunges over the 45 to the 44-yard line. Gains 2 on the play. Fitzgerald's a big old horse when he wants to tuck it in there. 225 pounds. He's 6 feet 3 inches tall out of Seminole, Oklahoma. And an injured Mountaineer on that play is Charlton Forbes, the senior from Old Harbor, Jamaica.
You know who'd be great on a quarterback sneak play? Danny Kendra.
Yeah, I guarantee
He's near 300 pounds now, I think.
Well, Charlton Forbes is in some serious pain down on the field, and the training staff of West Virginia is looking at his left leg. While they attend to Charlton, maybe we can go down on the field and get an injury update on Anthony Green, who was injured earlier in this first half. John Garcia, what was the story on Green?
Well, actually, Tony, it's a reoccurrence of an old injury to the distal fibula. Now, here a short while ago, they took Anthony into the locker room where he will be x-rayed and evaluated here on the sideline.
Mountaineer trainer John Spiker and Dave Kearns are working on the left leg of Charlton Forbes. He's in some significant pain down there. This is just absolutely unbelievable when it comes to these injuries on this defense. We saw Stills go out. We saw Terry go out. And now they're working on Charlton's left leg. Plays with a leg brace on, like most of the down linemen do, and so there's always that advantage that presents, but those things are not perfect by any stretch.
You know, it's not related, Tony, but last week or two he spent about 4 days in the hospital with what they thought might have been a gallbladder problem, maybe gallstones, I don't know. But he came out of the hospital and played last week against Maryland, and here today he's taking a bump on the leg. So they're putting him in a seated position now. They'll get him on his feet and walk him to the near sidelines. No one is called for a stretcher, and that's a good sign. But West Virginia, again, now has to dig down and come up with somebody to replace Forbes. Robinette, this young man is, he's been around for a while. He knows the tricks. He actually exploded one of his muscles 2 years ago in the weight room and missed a good deal of time. But he is back and back full, so Robinette will take the place of Forbes in the center of that West Virginia defense.
So Charlton Forbes very, very gingerly makes his way off the field. He's being helped off there, putting very little weight on that leg, and they're going to have to attend to him. And so Greg Robinette, the junior from Hampton, West Virginia, played at Gilbert High School, will come in for the Mountaineers. First down and 10 for Tulsa. That play was the result of a quarterback sneak, and now Tulsa comes with a wishbone formation. Reggie Williams, Kevin Isham, and Charlie Higgins in the backfield on first down and 10. The Mountaineers lead this game 7-0, exactly 6 minutes to go opening quarter, and now Tulsa will take a timeout. They've already used one, and this will leave them with just one remaining with a break in the action from Mountaineer Field. Our score, West Virginia 7 and Tulsa nothing. Tulsa ready to go to work. First down and 10 from West Virginia's 44-yard line. Twin receivers to each side. Long drop by Fitzgerald. Fires to the sideline. Pass is caught. Corey Brown immediately is drilled to the ground by Barrett Green. A 4-yard pickup on the play. Barrett walks off of that situation there, comes up from the ground and just shakes his head like, you got to be kidding me. I will hammer you like a bad nail. Barrett Green displaying some ferocious hitting here early in this football game. Brown took it, and I mean Barrett wrapped him up.
Right now Brown's taking it to the bench. He's out of here.
Second down and 6. Tulsa twins to the right. Single receiver Caswell to the near side. Lone setback is Reggie Williams. Second down and 6 from the Mountaineer 40-yard line. Fitzgerald hands the ball off for Williams. Bit of a hole, and then immediately on top of him lands Greg Robinette. They'll pick up 4 yards on that play, and that will bring up third down and short yardage for the Golden Hurricane. Third down and 2. Tulsa substitutes early and often. I mean, they move people in and out of there like you can't look. So it's a big play for West Virginia's defense. They'll come out of a wishbone formation from the Mountaineer 36. Now they'll break the bone. Fitzgerald, hands off. West Virginia's defense makes the tackle. It will be close to the first down. It will depend on the spot. That was Williams on the carry. The free safety Porter came up to make the hit. Guys, from my point, if that flag is correct on the other side, they didn't get it.
They didn't get it, but we've been wrong on that situation before. I've got another eye operation coming up. That should help in another couple of weeks during the off date. You know, you talk about rapid changing of personnel for Tulsa. They picked up 10 junior college kids during the off season since last year. None of them start, but a lot of them play.
We were wrong. It was right. First down for Tulsa by a half of a football as they bring the chains over from the far side. The second first down this afternoon for head coach Dave Rader's squad. Rader in his 11th season at Tulsa, trying to rebound from a 2-9 campaign.
He's got to be pretty happy now, Tony, because they're still very much in this game.
Here's Tulsa. 1st and 10 from the Mountaineer 34. Twin receivers to each side. Quarterback John Fitzgerald. West Virginia with 3 down linemen. That is it. Fitzgerald takes the snap. Pump fakes, fires the ball, looking, far side, pass is incomplete on the far sideline, looking for Corey Brown. Gary Tompkins, the strong safety for West Virginia, was back there and made a nice play, holding off the intended receiver, Corey Brown.
If you've ever seen Sean Foreman do it, that's exactly what the Tulsa receiver was trying to do. He just didn't get the ball inbounds.
Made a valiant effort to come up with it, had his back and made a quick move and had his back toward the playing field as he tried to bring it in. 7th play of that drive. So here comes play number 8. 2nd down and 10. Shotgun formation on 2nd and 10 from the 34. Triple receivers right. Fitzgerald takes the snap. He looks to his left. Fakes, throws, incomplete. Intended for his tight end. Tony, he's a big target, but he could not bring it down, and Barrett Green was on the coverage against that big tight end. As we said earlier, Fitzgerald is not throwing the ball with great efficiency early in this game. He is now just 3 out of 9. That's 33%. He came in having completed 65% of his passes. Tony,
and a strange thing, too, I don't think he's strided into any of his passes. He's throwing off his back foot. He's using just his arm and nothing else.
Gerald Smith and Wes Caswell back into the game as receivers. Twin receivers wide right. Gerald Smith, single receiver to the near side. The lone setback is the receiver, Caswell. 3rd down and 10. Fitzgerald running option, and he tosses to Caswell, makes the catch, and he's drilled out of bounds at the 33-yard line in front of the West Virginia bench. Kyle Caden with a fantastic play. It's 4th down coming up for Tulsa. That time they put their wide receiver Caswell into the backfield as the lone setback. Fitzgerald came down the line of scrimmage running option toward the Mountaineer side of the field, the Mountaineer bench side. It was a high toss. Caswell brought it down, but then he was met and popped out of bounds.
And the guy on the sidelines on the near side down there in front of our bench hollering Oski, Oski is Donnie Young. He got pulverized.
They're going to go for it here, Woody, or at least they're showing that they're going to go down.
I don't think they will.
Yep. They've got 3 receivers wide out there.
Yep. Bench warning against Tulsa.
They're going to try to draw West Virginia off sides here. The Mountaineers are going to put 3 down linemen on this play.
Now they're going to talk about it.
They're going to call a timeout. Timeout is taken. 4:05 to go here in the opening quarter. West Virginia leads 7-0. Let's get an injury update now on Charlton Forbes. Let's go to the field with John Garcia. Johnny?
I've got bad news on Forbes, Tony. It's a 2nd-degree sprain to the medial ligament of his left leg, and he is definitely out for the rest of this game. The good news is Anthony Green's x-rays were negative, and we will most likely see him back in this football game.
All right. John, you've been around this for a long time. 2nd-degree sprain, what kind of severity and how long does something like that normally take?
Well, he was taken off the field, Tony, and it will be x-rayed in the locker room, and right now his status is definitely questionable for the next few weeks.
All right. The injuries continue to pile up there. Gary Stills, a spectator here this afternoon, waiting to get back onto the field.
Women's cross country member Kate Vermeulen was named West Virginia University's Athlete of the Week for her performance at the Virginia Tech Invitational. She won the women's race and sparked WVU's victory over the Hokies, setting a new course record for freshmen. It was the 2nd time in 3 meets Vermeulen has captured top honors and leading the Mountaineers.
They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9, and they'll put 5 receivers out in the formation. 5 receivers spread across the field. Fitzgerald will step back out of his shotgun formation. One of the receivers is uncovered to the near side. Fitzgerald takes the snap. He drops. He looks. He fires. Pass is caught at the 15 for a 1st down. Hauled in by Damon Savage. Tulsa picks up 19 on 4th down and 9. Jerry Porter made the tackle. Was that the guy that was left open? West Virginia never picked him up. Damon Savage lined up in the slot to the near side. Fitzgerald saw it at the line of scrimmage, and he was wide open. And they pick up a big first down. West Virginia leads the game 7-0. First down and 10 for Tulsa now from the Mountaineer 13. Again, Tulsa with 5 receivers, 3 to the right and 2 to the left. Fitzgerald from a shotgun formation. Animated out there, calling the play at the line. Snap is back. He's dropping. He looks, has time, fires down the middle. Pass caught. Touchdown to Caswell. In the middle of the end zone, Wes Caswell hauls in a 13-yard touchdown reception. Tulsa is on the board with 3 minutes and 54 seconds to go here in the opening quarter. 7-6, West Virginia leads. Tulsa does not keep its tricks just to its offense. They will do trickery also when it comes to the extra point. They line up now in a muddle huddle. A muddle huddle. Gerald Smith is behind the center, and now they will reset themselves for a conventional extra point attempt. Smith is the holder. Archibald is the kicker. They'll try to tie the game up. Snap is back. The kick is up, and the kick is good. We're tied up at Mountaineer Field with 3 minutes and 54 seconds to go in a very slow-moving opening quarter. 7-7, West Virginia and the Golden Hurricane of Tulsa. So the Golden Hurricane come up big on 4th down and 9. They find a wide open Damon Savage, and then on the very next play, Fitzgerald fires his 8th touchdown pass of the season. You had a Mike linebacker there, Kyle Caden, trying to cover Wes Caswell. Caden 6'3", 235. Caswell's 5'8", 183. You get him into the open field, and that is an awful difficult chore.
Plus, Caswell's got about 5 years on him, too. He's the 6th-year man for Tulsa. West Virginia certainly, you're right, Tony, a slow-moving situation, 7-7, and we can only believe that any possession either way is going to break this thing open. West Virginia deploys to return the kickoff from left to right. We have only 3:54 remaining in the first quarter of this ball game.
What upsets you about that is they got the football that time because West Virginia turned it over to them. Very well could have been 14-0. Instead, we gave the ball back when Jerry Porter returned the interception and then fumbled the football. All right, Chris Ernest will kick the ball off for Tulsa, but it falls off of the tee, so he'll reset it. Not a significant win really today, but you do see the streamers on the goalpost to our right blowing straight out there. So Ernest will kick the ball off, West Virginia. And Tulsa knotted up at 7. Here's Ernest approaching. Ernest kicking the ball away, and there's going to be a return. And it goes into the hands of Amos Zaraway from the goal line. He bobbles it, comes up with it. He's at the 5, to the 10, to the 15, looking to the outside at the 20. And he is knocked out of bounds over the 20-yard line at the 22.5. A head tackle that time by Donovan Levinus. And so the Mountaineers will start it off. First down and 10. They'll spot the ball ahead to the 23-yard line. Let's go back down on the field now. John Garcia behind that Mountaineer defensive huddle. John?
Donnie Young told his defense, Tony, stay sharp. Don't let this offense confuse you. If you see somebody uncovered, go cover them. And we talked in the early ongoing, a lot of this game is going to be mental mistakes and breakdowns by the West Virginia defense.
Thanks, Gar. First and 10 now for the Mountaineers. Wes Sowers is the fullback. He lines up as a wing to the right. Amos Zaraway is the setback. Twin receivers to the right. Bulger handing off to Amos. Amos is going to be hit and knocked down to the turf. Picks up a yard. That's it as he tries to go off the left side. Zaraway scored West Virginia's touchdown in this opening quarter of play. His 3rd TD of the season. Mountaineer offensive line, you've got Page, Dunnigan, DeGrow, and Pucanis up front. Those are the starters, but Tanner Russell has come in right now for West Virginia at right tackle. Big young prospect out of Princeton, West Virginia. Second down and 9. Hours goes in motion from right to left. Twin receivers to the right. Bulger reverses out, looking downfield, fires, pass caught. First down to Anthony Becht as he falls to the turf at the 35-yard line. The pass thrown a bit behind Anthony, but he made a nice catch on the ball. His 4th reception of the season. 11 yards on the pickup. West Virginia first and 10 from its 35-yard line. inside of 3 minutes in this first quarter of play. Sean Foreman into the game, lines up wide out to the left. Corey Ivy, the near side receiver. Wes Hours, the wing to the right, playing in place of the injured Anthony Green. Zaraway, the lone setback. And the snap and the handoff to AZ. And again, he pops it off the left side, and he's advancing the football ahead to the 38-yard line. And with that carry, Amos Zaraway has just passed Pitt's Curtis Martin for 7th place on the all-time Big East career rushing attempts list. That was his 509th carry. That's a lot of totes.
That's his 9th today, and it's quite evident they're going to work it.
2nd and 7 from the Mountaineer. 38-yard line. Single receivers to each side. Bulger, play actions, looks right, fires, pass, incomplete. There should have been a flag. Corey Ivy's jersey was held. He was held from behind. No flag on the play. You could literally see the jersey separation from the shoulder pad. Marshall Gordon, the cornerback, had a hold of him. No flag on the play. So that'll bring up 3rd down and 7.
And how could they miss that, being about 4 yards away from the action?
Maybe they were too close. I mean, you could see the separation, the jersey and the shoulder pad. All right, Foreman wide out left. Pat Green slot left. And now from the slot comes Green in motion from left to right on 3rd down and 7. Bulger dropping. Blitz is coming. They pass, and it's incomplete. They brought the corner on the blitz, and the pass goes incomplete. Anthony Becht was the closest receiver toward the ball, but it falls incomplete. And the Mountaineers will have to punt the football away with 1:50 to go here in a tie game. 7-7 is the score. Wes Caswell back deep to return. Jay Taylor's first punt went 43 yards. Snap is back, a bit wobbly. Taylor handles it, boots the ball away. Caswell approaches it, backpedals, and he'll make the catch. He muffs the football. It's loose. Tulsa players after it. Tulsa looks as though they have it back, and they do. But no return on that kick. Lyndon Nixon came up and recovered the muff of Wes Caswell. Boy, this ball has been sloppy all afternoon.
You know, that part of the game, Tony, indicates that, you know, for as apprehensive as we are, not knowing Tulsa very well, they know even less about West Virginia. So I think there's a little tightness out there among the special teams. It has really shown itself here in the first quarter.
1:41 to go, opening quarter. Tulsa will take it over, 1st down and 10 from the 19-yard line. Game is locked up. Here's Fitzgerald handing off Reggie Williams. Running room is tight, and the Mountaineers pound him down to the turf at the 21-yard line. He'll pick up 2 yards on the play. Johnny Thornton, Kyle Caden in their first for West Virginia. Wes Caswell, who muffed that last punt, is being attended to over on the far sideline. They're looking at his left hand. May have taken a helmet to the hand when he went down there to try to pick up the loose football. Caswell just moments ago scored a touchdown for the Golden Hurricane. He's their leading pass receiver. Triple receivers left. Single setback. Williams breaks from the backfield, lines up to the right. Fitzgerald, quick drop. Now he's going to run it. Draw play. And he gets by Edmonds, and he's to the 30, and he's knocked out of bounds at the 29.5-yard line. Scooter Davis, cornerback, finally knocks down Fitzgerald after an 8-yard pickup on the play. This is quite an offense that Tulsa has. They will spread your defense all over the field. They'll cause mismatches, and then as soon as you make that commitment with 3 and 4 guys onto a side defensively, he'll just tuck the ball under and he'll run with it. Very well schemed offense. They're going to signal 1st down for Tulsa. I'm sorry. Yeah, 1st down for Tulsa.
Fitzgerald, good size, 6'3", 225. He's been on this ball club for 4 years. He's played every year.
Tulsa's going to come with the bone now on 1st down and 10. Reggie Williams, Kevin Isham, and Charlie Higgins will come in. Wishbone formation. Fitzgerald under center on 1st down and 10. Fakes the handoff, and he's going to throw. He fires over the middle. Passes easily intercepted. Incomplete. Jerry Porter Almost had his second one. Fitzgerald threw into double coverage, and Jerry Porter almost had his second pickoff of the afternoon.
Not a lot of speed on the pass. He's just laying it up and over and hoping they run underneath of it. That time Porter cut in between. Almost had his second pick of the day. Actually almost had a first, but he hasn't negotiated either one so far.
This time on 2nd and 10 with 50 seconds to go in the quarter, Tulsa goes with twin receivers to each side. Now the slot man in motion. And the snap back to Fitzgerald. He looks, he fires, pass, incomplete. This guy is not throwing the ball well. And that benefits West Virginia. Fitzgerald off target, and you can almost see him down there talking to himself now.
At the end of the play, you see how many gold and blue jerseys there are around him. He's not getting a whole lot of time to throw the ball.
One reason may be that the first two teams they played were trying to cover these guys man. West Virginia's doing a lot of zone, and that might be confusing him. 3rd down and 10. It'd be great to get the ball back here. 3rd and 10 from the Tulsa 30-yard line. Triple receivers left, twin receivers to the right from a shotgun. Fitzgerald takes the snap, drops back, has time. Now he fires, and the pass is incomplete, in and out of the hands of the intended receiver, Jeremiah Brister. And a penalty marker is thrown in the defensive backfield of West Virginia. Porter made a big hit there on Brister after the ball came in. And the penalty will go against West Virginia. 12 men on the field. Illegal participation is the preliminary signal. Oh, goodness.
That was illegal participation by the defense. 12 men on the field. 15 yards from the previous spot. First down.
We had him in the bag.
Yep.
Jerry Porter, Tony, has got to play now and control his emotions just as much as he plays against Tulsa, because he's missed 2 interceptions. He can't overreact in this situation.
Here we go now, 1st and 10 from the Tulsa 44-yard line. Triple receivers to the left. Fitzgerald fakes the handoff, rolls out to his right. Brady's after him. Fitzgerald running, throwing up the field, incomplete. Good job that time by the West Virginia defense. The ball was deflected en route by Chris Edmonds. He got a piece on it, and the ball ended up out of bounds on the Tulsa side of the field.
So Jerry Rome, he ain't. I can say that right now. And we're early in the game with 19 seconds to go in the first quarter.
So on the incompletion, the clock stops with 19 seconds. 2nd down and 10. And here comes Tulsa with the wishbone again from its 44-yard line. 2nd down and 10. Single receiver left. And they're going to run option. And the ball is loose on the toss. And the ball is picked up. And down they go inside the 25-yard line. Charlie Higgins will be spotted dead to rights at the 27-yard line. As the clock winds down, a 17-yard loss on the play. That's the end of the first period with the score, West Virginia 7 and Tulsa 7. This is MSN, the Mountaineer Sports Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, please focus your attention.
Today's game is being brought to you by United National Bank, West Virginia's bank. We're united with the Mountaineers. By Walker Machinery. Quality, dependability, and service. That's the Walker difference of excellence since 1953. By the West Virginia Lottery. Good things happen when you play. By Gatorade Thirst Quencher. You either have it or you don't. Life is a sport. Drink it up. And by State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. We begin the second quarter with Tulsa facing a 3rd down and 26. Following a 17-yard loss and the first quarter of play. The game is tied up at 7 apiece. West Virginia takes a look at a Tulsa offense that has 2 receivers to each side. Fitzgerald drops back. They're going to run a draw play. And here he comes. It is Higgins. He's got a big hole. And they finally track him down at the Tulsa 48-yard line. Short of the first down. But decision time for head coach Dave Rader. Gary Tompkins and Chris Edmonds finally brought down Higgins after a 21-yard pickup. Now they will bring on the punt team right now. Keep in mind that John Fitzgerald, the quarterback, is the punter. What that did right there, giving him 21 yards, you lose that field position that you could have come away with. Antonio Brown back deep to return for West Virginia. Standing back at the 10-yard line. John Fitzgerald back at the 33. Snap is back. They come after the block, and they got a piece of it. It's a blocked football. Mountaineers surround the ball. It takes a hop, and the ball is picked up out of the air, and it's taken there by David Carter, and West Virginia will have the possession beginning at its 47-yard line. Gary Tompkins, who blocked a punt a year ago against Marshall, blocked that punt. The punt officially will go for 7 yards. Way to go, Gary Tompkins. West Virginia has it first down and 10 from its 47-yard line.
And the man who came up with it, David Carter, who blocked one himself last week and took it into the end zone.
All right, that's the way to start it for the second quarter of play. That's what we needed. Now we got to get the offense going. They'll start off with 3 receivers wide to the right. Lone setback is Zaraway. Bulger under center. Hands off. Fakes the handoff. Rolls out to his right. Looks downfield. Receiver's well covered. He's going to keep it, and he'll run out of bounds at the 49-yard line. A 3-yard pickup on the play for Mark Bulger. Coming up next week on Mountaineer Magazine, we'll spotlight the offensive line. It's a dirty and thankless job, but the Mountaineers have a close bunch that loves the trenches. And we'll look at kicker Jay Taylor. It's next week on Mountaineer Magazine. On second down, West Virginia with twin receivers left. Zaraway remains the lone setback. Bulger fakes the handoff, looks, has time, fires, pass is intercepted, and immediately brought down at the 45-yard line is the linebacker, Philip Abode. Mark Bulger throws just his second interception of the season. The pass was intended for the tight end, Anthony Becht, and the pass tried to go through a needle, but Abode was there, and he picks the pass off. Tulsa will take it back, 1st and 10 from its 46-yard line. That's the 3rd West Virginia turnover in this opening half of play.
Well, it appeared even that Becht was Anthony was double teamed.
Yeah, he threw it right into the coverage. No question about it. So now Tulsa will try to take the lead. The game is tied at 7 early here in the second quarter of play. Twin receivers left, twin receivers to the right. The lone setback is Reggie Williams. Fitzgerald hands off to Williams. He's got a hole. He's at the 45 of West Virginia. Stood up and knocked down at the 39 of the Mountaineers. First down and 10 on the carry by Reggie Williams. Finally harassed and corralled there by Jerry Porter. So Tulsa comes in, known for its ability to pass the football, but they've hurt West Virginia on a couple of runs. Higgins had 21 on their last offensive play, and that one goes for 15. 1st and 10 from the 39-yard line of West Virginia. Twin receivers to each side. Fitzgerald out of the shotgun, dropping, looking left, throwing left, has a man wide open. Pass is caught and run out of bounds on the far side is Corey Brown. Scooter Davis knocks him down there. Nice pickup on first down for Tulsa. Almost 9 yards on that pickup. So Tulsa now controlling the tempo of this game. 2nd down and a yard. Twin receivers left, single receiver to the right. And they're going to hand the ball off. And a first down for Reggie Williams off the right side. He's knocked down to the 27-yard line. Barrett Green made the tackle. Reggie Williams, senior out of Arkansas, the team's leading rusher in 1996 and 1997. On first down and 10 from the Mountaineer 27. Fitzgerald going to hand off again, and the Mountaineer defense strings the play out nicely, and Williams will go nowhere quick. Chris Edmonds, the sophomore from Pittsburgh, over there to make the stop on Reggie Williams. Williams had a big game against Oklahoma State 2 Saturdays ago. 142 yards on 19 carries against the Cowboys. So on 2nd down and 10, West Virginia brings in a nickel package. 5 defensive backs out there for the Mountaineers. Triple receivers to the left. Out of a shotgun formation. Damon Savage, slot to the right. And the snap is back. Fitzgerald looks. He fires right side wide open. It is Smith, and he breaks free to the 15, to the 10, spun around and knocked down inside the 10. Tulsa has first down and goal from the 8. Jerry Porter finally brings him down after an 18-yard catch and run. Boy, I tell you what, Tulsa controlling now. A missed tackle there. Perlo Bastien.
Timeout. West Virginia
got beat, and that allowed Smith to advance the ball inside the 10-yard line. So a timeout is taken down below with 12 minutes and 29 seconds to go here in the opening half. With a timeout in Morgantown, it is West Virginia 7 and Tulsa 7. Back at Mountaineer Field, Tony Caridi along with Woody O'Hara, John Garcia, and Hoppy Kercheval. Tulsa first down and goal from the Mountaineer 8-yard line. The game is tied at 7 apiece. Tulsa is 10 out of 11 this season inside the red zone. 10 touchdowns in 11 attempts. Fitzgerald, the quarterback, under center. Hands off to Reggie Williams. Kevin Landell there to greet him at the 8-yard line. No gain on the play. Greg Robinette wrapped him up and put him down. I called Landell, but that was Greg Robinette. And we've got an injured Tulsa offensive lineman down on the play. That is the quick side tackle, Matt Bing, a senior out of Canton, Ohio, shaken up at the 8-yard line.
And we point out, too, that Robinette is playing this afternoon because Charlton Forbes went out of the ball game with an injury. Really patched up defense for these Mountaineers here today, and certainly we could probably use an open date next week better than anything, but we got to go to Navy. Then we got to go to Temple. And then we have an open date before Miami comes in here.
For those of you joining us late, the score is tied at 7. West Virginia has had umpteen opportunities here in this first half of play. The Mountaineers have turned the ball over 3 times. They've had 1 near interception and 1 interception that was being returned, and then the ball was jarred loose. And as a result of that, West Virginia finds itself tied up at 7. We take a look at our replay monitor, and we see that Matt Bing, the tackle, really got chopped from behind, and it came down on the backside of his knee, and the big guy is up and walking off under his own power. He'll be replaced by Don Douglas, junior college transfer out of Stanton, California. Second and goal from the 8 now for the Golden Hurricane with 12 minutes and 15 seconds to play here in this second quarter. Triple receivers left, single receiver right. No one in the backfield. Fitzgerald takes the snap, drops, looks to his right, running to his right, pressures on. Fitzgerald, they're after him, runs out of bounds. They'll lose yardage on the play. He's knocked out at the 12, and they'll lose 4 yards. That was Mark Thurston coming on the pressure for West Virginia. The red-shirted freshman playing in place of the injured Gary Stills takes Fitzgerald out of bounds. So that'll be 3rd down and goal now from the 12-yard line.
And it'll go in the book as a sack, probably.
Mountaineers are going to make some substitutions. Greg Robinette's going to come out. Scooter Davis is going to come out, and Thurston will come out of that game. So 3rd and goal from the 12. Tulsa, triple receivers to the left. Twin receivers to the right. Again, Corey Brown looking for some coverage over there. Snap is back out of a shotgun. Fitzgerald drops. Pressure comes. He fires. Pass is incomplete. 4th down. Tried to get it to Damon Savage, and the pass was offline into the right corner of the end zone. Coverage for West Virginia was there by Gary Tompkins. So it is 4th down. And a field goal try will come up now for Brian Archibald. They're going to spot the ball down at the 19-yard line. This will be a 29-yard attempt. He's 0 for 1 on the season. His only attempt was blocked. He's a junior college transfer. 29-yard field goal attempt. It's a bobbled snap. Here's Gerald Smith. He's in trouble. He throws back to the kicker, and the ball is thrown in the end zone, and it's caught in the end zone by Jerry Porter. That's an interception for West Virginia. Touchback, West Virginia. Jerry will have it 1st down and 10 from the 20-yard line, but Jerry Porter is injured on the play, and a penalty marker is thrown. It was a mass scramble there. Gerald Smith, the holder.
There is no flag.
Gerald Smith, the holder, took the bobbled snap. He passed the ball, lateraled it backwards to his kicker, Brian Archibald. Archibald, like Garo Yepremian, looked upfield, and he fired the ball smartly to the end zone. He looked for his tight end there, Fisher, but Jerry Porter came up and yanked the ball out of the air, and that is his second interception of the afternoon. To make a short story long or a long story short, they didn't score. West Virginia gets it back. It's 7-7, and it's 11:49 to go in the second quarter.
Well, patience is rewarded on defense. We found that out.
Two receivers to the right. Lone setback, Amos. Going to hand the ball off to AZ. Looking for room. Turns it upside to the 20, to the 25, and he's hit at the 26 and knocked down in front of the Mountaineer bench. Slow developing play, but Amos did a good job to pick up 6 positive yards there. Taquan Gillette, free safety, made the tackle on Amos Zaraway.
Well, officially, they got AZ with 11 carries, 54 yards.
Can I be honest with you? Tulsa is upsetting me. These guys are upsetting me.
They just won't go away, but I think the sun's going to take care of
all
them
this stuff that they're doing. It's upsetting me. I want to pound them now. 2nd down and 5 from the 25. Here's the snap and the handoff to Amos with a hole. He's to the 30-yard line, pushing ahead to the 31. First down, West Virginia. 6 on the pickup for Amos Zaraway. And a first down, number 6 for the West Virginia Mountaineers. Amos comes into the game today with an average of 106 yards in his first 2 games. That's 20th in the nation. He was 3rd best in the country a year ago. On 1st and 10 from the 31-yard line. Twin receivers left. Single receiver to the right. And Zaraway remains the lone setback. Bulger takes the snap, handing off to AZ. He squirts free. Zaraway to the 35, to the 40, and here he goes at midfield. Knocked down inside Tulsa territory to the 47-yard line, and a penalty marker thrown on the play after a 22-yard pickup by Amos Zaraway. The penalty is offside against Tulsa. The play will stand. Amos Zaraway's longest rush from scrimmage this season. His previous long was 19. That one goes for 22.
By the defense, which is declined. First down.
So the Mountaineers, with 10 minutes and 30 seconds to go here in the opening half, and a game tied at 7 apiece, have a first down and 10 from the Tulsa 47-yard line. He broke 5 tackles that time, folks. Amos is feeling it. 2 receivers wide out to the left. Single receiver to the right. And AZ the lone setback. Bulger takes the snap from DeGrow. Hands off. Right up the middle comes Amos, and he squirts free to the 40. That's not Amos. That's Swoop, and he's to the 20. And he's inside the 20. Knocked out of bounds at the 14. And they're going to tag on a face mask penalty. Elvin Swoop snuck in there. And he goes for 32 yards and a Mountaineer first down.
Swoop had a brief appearance in the Maryland game last week, and I'm sure Tulsa knew absolutely nothing about him, but this young man has great credentials as well.
So they give Amos a breather after his long rush, and Elvin Swoop with his longest run from scrimmage this season.
Foul was a 5-yard face mask by the defense. 5 yards from the end of the run. First down.
Officially a 33-yard carry for Elvin Swoop. West Virginia first and goal now. The ball just inside the 10-yard line. The game is tied at 7 apiece. David Saunders lines up as a slot man to the left. Sean Foreman wide out to the left. Wes Hours is a fullback in a wing position to the left. Swoop stays in as the lone setback. Hours goes in motion to the right. Bulger hands off for Swoop. He cuts it back. He's inside to the 6, and he's knocked down at the 5.5-yard line. A 3-yard pickup on the play. Elvin Swoop, who was not with the Mountaineers last season, played with the club in 1996. His best game ever came against the Miami Hurricanes here in the 1996 game. He had 73 yards that night on 16 carries. Second down and goal from the 6 for West Virginia. Twin receivers to the left. The wingman, Hours in motion. Toss play taken there by Swoop. On the run to the 5, tripped up at the 5-yard line. 1 yard on the play, and it's going to be 3rd down and goal from the 5 for the Mountaineers. Amos Zaraway will re-enter the lineup.
Great open field tackle by Spencer Braggs of Tulsa. He was the only thing between Swoop and the end zone.
Yeah, and he just moved over to the defensive backfield last spring. He was a running back last season. Made a great tackle. 3rd and goal from the 5. You've got Sean Foreman wide out right. Saunders slot right. Amos, the lone setback. Saunders comes in motion from right to left. Here's Balger, quick drop. He fires, pass is deflected high in the air, and it's knocked out of bounds. A penalty marker thrown in the end zone. Ivy tried to come up with the ball on the deflection, and a penalty marker is thrown in the end zone. The officials confer on the play.
A lot of holding in that defensive secondary. We've seen it earlier in the middle of the field, now here in the end zone. And they talk things over down around the 5-yard line.
Here's the call from Doyle Jackson.
There was no foul. The ball was tipped at the line of scrimmage. No foul. 4th down.
That's right. If the ball is tipped, you can do anything you want to on the other end of it because it's anybody's ball at that point.
So Jay Taylor will come on to try and give West Virginia the lead with 8:45 to go. Taylor is 1 out of 1 this season, a long of 47. This will be a 22-yard attempt, angling to the right. Tough angle. Snap is back, it's clean. The kick from Jay is on the way, and the kick is good. A field goal for Jay Taylor from 22 yards away, and West Virginia has taken the lead back with 8 minutes and 42 seconds to play. The score, West Virginia 10 and Tulsa 7.
Next week on MSN Radio.
Well, next week, West Virginia takes its first road trip of the season. Mountaineers travel to Navy for a non-conference game with the Middies. And we invite you to join us on your favorite MSN affiliate for all the exciting action that is West Virginia football. Airtime for the Navy game next Saturday is 11:30 a.m., of course, on the Mountaineers Today.
Jay Taylor with the kickoff for West Virginia. It travels from right to left. It's taken by Cedric Lusk inside the end zone. He's going to take it out. Now he goes back, and now he stumbles, and he goes to the 5, and he's to the 10, and he's knocked down at the 12. He didn't know what to do on that play, and David Lightcap knew what to do. He knocked him right to the turf. Lusk caught the ball about a yard into the end zone. He started to come out. Then he stopped about at the 1-yard line, started to go back, and then he said, "Nah, I got to go," and off he went. So West Virginia with a 10-7 lead will try to hold the Hurricanes now. 8 minutes, 32 seconds to play in this very long first half.
Speaking of Hurricanes, the game in Miami with the Hurricanes and UCLA. Some say it's canceled, some say it's postponed.
Yeah, they may not play it. Here comes Tulsa, 1st and 10 from the 13, twin receivers to each side. Mountaineers have been sniffing around for turnovers. They've had a couple of great chances. Savage goes in motion from right to left. They throw the swing screen down to Caswell. He breaks free. He's at the 20. He's hit at the 25, and he drags a would-be tackler ahead all the way to the 31-yard line. Pick up on the play for Wes Caswell of 18 yards. That's a play West Virginia's very familiar with. That swing screen over there with 3 receivers. In fact, West Virginia almost had an interception off that play early in this game from Chris Edmonds. That time they ran it well. And Caswell picks it up and goes. 1st and 10 now from the 31.
He really runs nice for a 38-year-old.
Triple receivers right. Out of his shotgun, Fitzgerald looks to his left. Plenty of time. Fires, pass, intercepted. Here we go. It's Barrett Green to the 40, to the 35. Go, Barrett. He's down at the 34. I told you we were sniffing these guys. I told you we were sniffing them. We've been sniffing all afternoon, and baby, Barrett Green just said, "I'm going to eat it," and he did. Barrett Green gives West Virginia the ball at the Tulsa 34-yard line. The pass intended for Wes Caswell. Fitzgerald, I don't know what, they say this guy's a great passer. This guy's throwing lollipops out there trying to touch pass and lobbing it.
Almost as if he has a sore arm. I don't know.
Again, West Virginia with a zone coverage may have confused Fitzgerald because the first 2 teams these guys have played used man. Now we got to get a little lead here. West Virginia on top 10-7. Needs some insurance. Here's Balger. Fakes the handoff. Rolls out to his left. Pressure's on. They've got him, and they got a sack. Down goes Mark at the 42-yard line. Ryan Farley, senior, defensive tackle. An 8-yard loss on the play.
Well, the tackle there actually was made by the defensive secondary. There was not a blue shirt open on that play.
2nd down and 18. Corey Ivy lines up wide out to the left. Sean Foreman up the far right side. Zaraway the lone setback. Wingman in motion left to right. Now he comes back. Fake the handoff. Bulger looks. Bulger throws. Has the man. It's Saunders, and he makes the catch at the 33-yard line. So they get the yardage back plus a little bit from the sack. A 9-yard pickup on the play. And on that reception, David Saunders takes the climb into the all-time record book. He has just passed Rashawn Vanterpool to become West Virginia's all-time career receptions leader, his 127th career catch.
He asked that they not stop the game, and he thinks maybe he can sell that ball for $1 million.
3rd and 9 now. Big play for the Mountaineers from the Tulsa 33. Saunders in motion from left to right. Out of a shotgun. Mark rolling to his right. Looking downfield. He fires. Pass caught. Saunders first down. West Virginia to the Tulsa 22. Knocked out of bounds on the far sideline. And the 11-yard pickup. Way to go, David Saunders. The senior from Palatine, Illinois, hauls it in. West Virginia first down. Well-developed play there. Mark patiently rolled to his right out of a shotgun formation. Looked, and found Saunders. And with that great accuracy that Mark Bulger has, put it right into his chest. West Virginia leads 10-7. 6:37 to go, 2nd quarter. Mountaineers looking for more. On 1st down, Zaraway in trouble, cuts it back and rumbles ahead into the interior of that Tulsa defense. He'll pick up 4 on a play that probably should have been no gain at all. Jeremy McClure, a first-year starter at linebacker, makes that tackle for the Golden Hurricane. McClure comes from a football family. His brother was an offensive lineman at Oklahoma. So a 4-yard pickup for AZ on 2nd down now and 6. The Mountaineers break the huddle. Pat Green wide out right. Corey Ivy slot left. Sean Foreman wide out to the left. Zaraway remains as the lone setback. Bulger kicks his foot back. Ivy goes in motion. Now he comes back to the left. Here's the snap. Bulger looks. Bulger has time. Now he fires to the end zone for Ivy. Ivy can't come up with it in the left corner of the end zone. It was a beautiful attempt. Bulger did everything he could to lay it in there, but Ivy, well covered, laid out for it. Off of his fingertips it went, and that will leave West Virginia looking at 3rd down.
You know, I think Mark had second feelings about that. He went at him initially, did a pump fake, and then finally went ahead and tossed the ball. And may have been a Tulsa player get a hand on that football.
Yeah, you're right, Wood. It looks like Spencer Braggs, the safety, got a piece of it. May have got a touch of it. All right, out of a shotgun now. West Virginia 3rd and 6 from the Tulsa 18. Bulger marks out the cadence, takes the snap, dropping back. He looks, fires a toss to Zaraway. Zaraway to the 15. First down as penalty markers fall at the 10-yard line where Amos is knocked out of bounds. An 8-yard pickup on 3rd down and 6, but flags were thrown right at the point of the tackle. The officials conferring over on the far side.
We look like we're backing up, yep.
Holding is the call against West Virginia. My goodness. Not getting a whole lot of breaks here. Comes back from the spot. All the way back to the 23, or the 23.
Foul is holding by the offense. A 10-yard foul from the spot of the hole. 3rd down.
So now West Virginia, instead of having a nice first down at the 10, will be looking at 3rd down and 11 from the Tulsa 23-yard line. 6 penalties so far between the two teams, 3 each. 3rd and 11, triple receivers wide out left for West Virginia. Shotgun for the Mountaineers. Zaraway's the setback. Bulger takes the snap. He looks, he dumps. Pass is highly deflected in the air and it falls incomplete. Boy, the Mountaineers, I haven't seen this many passes deflected at the line. So that's going to bring on a field goal try now, perhaps. Yeah, it is, for Jay Taylor. Jay handles both the punts and the field goals, but he is out there with his holder. That's Zach Anglin, young man out of Bridgeport. Ball will be spotted down at the 30. This will be a 40-yard attempt for Jay Taylor. He's 1 for 1 on the afternoon. The snap from Donnie Lindsay is good. The kick from Jay Taylor has the distance, and the kick is good. Jay Taylor with a 40-yard field goal, and West Virginia builds its lead to 13-7 with 5 minutes and 20 seconds to play here in our second quarter of action. It's West Virginia 13, Tulsa 7. Back in Mountaineer Field, along with John Garcia and Woody O'Hara, I'm Tony Caridi. West Virginia has just built its lead to 6 points. It's 13-7 following a 40-yard field goal from Jay Taylor. And Taylor ready to kick the ball off once again. 5:20 and counting here in the second quarter. Taylor's kick going to be taken by Cedric Lusk from the 1. He muffs the kick. Lusk starts upfield at the 5, comes up the near sideline at the 10, and is jarred out of bounds forcefully over the 10-yard line. Cedric Lusk was really popped there, but he wasn't hit as hard as our MSN parabolic microphone operator, and unfortunately, in all seriousness, that young man is hurt on the sideline. Tulsa gets ready to go to work. They're trailing in the game 13-7. West Virginia scored first. Tulsa came back to tie it. And West Virginia with 2 consecutive field goals leads by 6, 13-7. On first down and 10 from the Tulsa 12-yard line. Fitzgerald hands off Reggie Williams, and Williams is stood up, and he is knocked down at the 16-yard line, a pickup of 4. Let's go down on the field now. John Garcia is standing by. John?
Tony, it's extremely hot down here on the sidelines, and the West Virginia training staff is doing a good job trying to keep ice down and play their system.
Alrighty, Gar. Clock is winding now. 4 minutes and 40 seconds and counting. Each team has 1 timeout remaining. Second down and 6 from the 16-yard line of the Golden Hurricane. Twin receivers to each side. Fitzgerald under his center. Snap, drops back quick, throws, pass. He is caught, immediately hit and dropped as Gerald Smith at the 20-yard line. Scooter Davis, playing in place of the injured Nate Terry, was there to make the stop. Scooter came to West Virginia from Valley Forge Military Academy. He redshirted here at West Virginia, and they feel he is ready to go now, a junior out of Temple Hills, Maryland.
Very athletic young man, gets his heart into this thing, and well, they're going to have to find a spot for him when Stills comes back, or Terry too. Terry's not coming back.
Third down and 2 now for Tulsa from its 21-yard line. Triple receivers to the right. Lone receiver left, and a lone setback is Reggie Williams. Fitzgerald going to run option. Fitzgerald is hit. He'll keep it, and he'll have the first down as he rumbles across the 25 to the 27-yard line. A pickup of 6 yards on the play for John Fitzgerald. Now you can stay connected to the Mountaineers on a daily basis through MSN Sportsnet on the World Wide Web. Just type in www.sportsnet.com for your connection to the Mountaineers. Mountaineer linebacker Mark Plants was shaken up on that last play. He's down at the 23-yard line. Mountaineer training staff attending to him. He's on all fours.
Saw the leg strength that time of John Fitzgerald. He was actually hit coming down the line and pulled away from 2 potential tacklers and picked up the first down on a good gain. Clock stopped at 3:38 in the first half. He had an unusually long first quarter of play today.
Mountaineers get a breather here against this Tulsa offense. They'll be looking at 1st and 10 from the 27 when we resume play as Mark Plant starts to get up. Let's take another visit down there on that sideline with John Garcia. John, this Tulsa offense is certainly a handful.
Yeah, Tony and Woody, keep in mind that this offense averaged over 500 yards per game, and West Virginia is doing a good job with only 92 yards passing. The game plan is working. The breakdowns have been mental breakdowns and mental mistakes by the West Virginia secondary.
That's a good point. You're right, John. on the big plays that they have hit have been missed assignments. First down and 10. Charlie Higgins comes into the game for Tulsa. The lone setback with twin receivers to each side. And Fitzgerald takes the snap. Delay handoff goes to Higgins. He's got a big hole. He's at the 30 to the 35. Rumbles. Heads to the 40 where he's finally brought down. He picks up a first down on a 13-yard pickup for Charlie Higgins. Barrett Green finally brought him down. Higgins is a good one. Very good. Slowed by a hamstring injury that he suffered in the opener and has only had 4 carries coming into today's game, but he's run well. He had a 21-yard carry earlier. 5 D-backs out there now for West Virginia and 5 receivers in the formation for Tulsa. First and 10 from the Tulsa 40 out of a shotgun set. Fitzgerald takes the snap. Quick drop back, pressure's on. He fires down the middle, pass caught by Caswell, and he breaks free, and he is knocked down at the 36-yard line. Gary Tompkins put a wrap into him, but not before the diminutive Caswell picks up 23 yards on the play.
And again, we're covering him with a linebacker, Tony. It's just a mismatch.
Kyle Caden was dropping back in coverage, and he just didn't get it done. So Tulsa brings the ball inside West Virginia territory to the Mountaineer 37 officially. Golden Hurricane trailing this game 13-7 with 2:45 to go in the second quarter. Single receiver to each side, a double tight end formation, and a lone setback is Reggie Williams. Fitzgerald, 7-step drop, blitz is on. Fitzgerald flushed out of the pocket, looking downfield. He fires, pass is incomplete. Pass thrown short, looking for the backup tight end, Pete Muther. And that'll make it second down. Jerry Porter in on that play for West Virginia. For one of the few times this afternoon, the Mountaineers brought pressure that time and forced Fitzgerald out of there, and he, as a result, threw a bad ball.
Well, that was the game plan, not to blitz these guys a lot, because more often than not, they'll burn you on the blitz.
Mountaineers make a late substitution. West Virginia players running off the field on second down and 10 from the Mountaineer 37. Twins to each side from the shotgun. Snap is back. Fitzgerald looks left. He fires. Has Caswell. Pass caught and drilled out of bounds at the 19-yard line is Wes Caswell. Barrett Green made the tackle for the Mountaineers. Caswell, as I said, he's a small guy, 5'8", 183 pounds, but I mean he is dirt tough. They call him really the consummate competitor.
Like Steve Largent?
Yeah, I mean, obviously Largent had a lot more size, but this guy's just tough. First and 10 for Tulsa. From the Golden Blue 19-yard line, Fitzgerald looks over at his sideline for the play call. Twin receivers to each side. Play clock is at 9. They've got time. Fitzgerald drops back, quarterback draw. He runs it, and he's hit and spun down inside the 15-yard line to the 12. Caden and Barrett Green make the tackle. He picks up 7 yards on first down and 10. 140 and counting. An injury update on Mark Plant's a bruised thigh. He will come back. Charlie Higgins, lone setback, twin receivers left. And the snap, and it goes to Higgins, and he's got room. He's inside the 10, and he's corralled out of bounds, down on the ground at the 8-yard line. Boo Sensabaugh, backup strong safety, made that tackle, and that's a first down for Tulsa. First down and goal now for the Golden Hurricane with 1:25 to go in the opening half.
Timeout, West Virginia.
So the Mountaineers use their final timeout of this first half. 1:25 to play in the second quarter. Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter action from Mountaineer Field on a beautiful Saturday afternoon. Quarterback Mark Bulger going to work in the third quarter, finding really a new receiver. Well, not a real new guy. He's been handing off to Amos Zaraway throughout his career, but they're using Zaraway more out of the backfield this season. Here's a nice catch and run by Amos Zaraway as he approaches Tulsa territory. Bulger also hooking up with consistency on this day with receiver Sean Foreman. Strong running by Foreman. Now, who's the defensive back on this play? Foreman takes on Todd Franz of Tulsa. And then it was Zaraway all the way to the end zone. 32 yards for AZ, his second touchdown of the game. West Virginia wanted to go for two. Quarterback Mark Bulger fires, but miscommunication. The two-point conversion is no good. The score in the third quarter of play, it's West Virginia 26 and Tulsa 14. We'll be back.
Stop throwing your money away on rent. We have the answer at Middletown Home Sales of Fairmont and Weston and Star Home Center in Morgantown. With hundreds of styles and floor plans, you're sure to find your dream home at a dream price. Voted West Virginia's #1 multi-sectional dealer 3 years running, we can match you with the perfect home. Don't pay rent when you can own.
Make it easy. We make it easy.
Home buying is easy at Middletown Home Sales of Fairmont and Weston and Star Home Center in Morgantown.
Following the West Virginia touchdown, Tulsa takes over. Quarterback John Fitzgerald with a toss play over to Wes Caswell. Caswell in his 6th year at Tulsa picks up 8 yards on the catch and run. Then the Golden Hurricane go on the ground, and West Virginia's defense was waiting, consistently stopping the rush. That's Greg Robinette in on the tackle. On third down, again on the ground, and again West Virginia's defense is there, led by free safety Jerry Porter. Big move here. They go for it on 4th down. A loose football, and Chris Edmonds comes up with it. His second fumble recovery of the season. West Virginia taking advantage of the turnover. Here's Amos Zaraway. He had a spectacular afternoon rushing the football for the Mountaineers. A perfect pass coming up. Bulger into the end zone for David Saunders. 1 foot down, and that's all it takes. Saunders' first touchdown reception since missing all of last season after undergoing major reconstructive knee surgery. The Mountaineers go for the 2-point conversion, and this time Sean Foreman is there. A beautiful grab by the senior from Chesapeake, Virginia. West Virginia builds its lead to 20, 34-14.
A remarkable thing happened after Toyota gave the best car built in America more room, more power, and with anti-lock brake standard, priced the bestseller lower than 4 years ago. Over 390,000 people showed up and drove one home, making Camry America's best-selling car, which encourages your Toyota dealer to make it easy for you to drive America's favorite with a low-payment lease. But better come in now. We're expecting another crowd.
An education goes far beyond the classroom. It shapes the lives of our people. It enhances our communities. And it brings out the best in each of us. For more than a century, we've proudly offered our services to you. And we appreciate your role in making us the institution we are today. Fairmont State College. Experiences for a lifetime.
The Mountaineers playing as pretty as the weather, leading by 20, and the Mountaineer defense took control of the football game. All week long, we heard about Tulsa's wide-open passing attack. John Fitzgerald connects here with Damon Savage, but he's got nowhere to run. Another nice play by Chris Edmonds. The Mountaineers back on the attack. And the draw for Amos Zaraway, who brings it inside Tulsa territory. A 21-yard pickup for AZ. Back to work, and watch this play. David Saunders picks up another first down for the Mountaineers. Now the true freshman, Antonio Brown, stop and go. Another first down for West Virginia as they move toward the goal line. And the toss. And Amos Zaraway, with his 3rd touchdown of the afternoon, goes in untouched. 85 consecutive extra points, 86 consecutive extra points, a new school record for the Mountaineers. Jay Taylor. It's all West Virginia in quarter number 3.
As West Virginians, we take a special pride in our state. From our rich heritage to our bright future, there's nothing like West Virginia. And now, United will give you a 1% rebate on all transactions made in our great state when you use your West Virginia credit card. Low annual percentage rate, no annual fee, and the great state rebate. Choose your West Virginia credit card today at United, only from West Virginia's bank.
That designing and building your first home is a big step, so it's important to get the right home builder to help you design your home to fit your needs and budget now. But it's also important to consider your future needs, so designing your home to grow with your family now can save you money later.
As a proud owner of a Grafton home, I received the help I needed to design a home that was both flexible and economical.
Grafton Homes will work through all the stages of the building process to make sure you won't outgrow your home before you build.
No matter where you are, the Mountaineers are with you. Check it out, MSN Sportsnet and MSNSportsnet.com, complete coverage of West Virginia University sports. Back in Mountaineer Field, 41-14, third quarter of action. The big question coming into the game, who would take the place of the injured Nate Terry, a young man out of Temple Hills, Maryland by the name of Scooter Davis, and what an afternoon he had in his first career start. Initially making the tackle here, and then going right back to work. Tony Fisher's a 270-pound tight end. Davis gave up 90 pounds and still made the tackle, and on run support. A quarterback keep for John Fitzgerald, and you guessed it, Scooter Davis there to bring him down. All Mountaineers in the third quarter of play. After 3, it's West Virginia 41, Tulsa 14.
What if your car slips off the road in Slippery Rock? Or you need the name of a mechanic in Mechanicsville? Well, if your car is insured by State Farm, just look up the local State Farm agent. Almost anywhere you travel, whether it's a big metropolis or just a little one, a good neighbor is always nearby to help. So if your car gets stolen in Thief River Falls or you dies, hey, don't worry about it. State Farm is there.
Apple Butter Festival this October 1st through the 4th. Enjoy the best apple butter in the state, as well as some fine live entertainment. On Thursday, it's the Fox Brothers. Friday is Gospel Night. On Saturday, we'll have our fireworks display, as well as live performances from Rosalie Boyles and Bill Crash Craddock. And Bluegrass Sunday will conclude this year's festival. So don't be a sap. Have a good time at an affordable price. Come to the Apple Butter Festival this October 1st through the 4th in Salem.
The Mountaineers take aim at Tulsa this Saturday night at 11:30.
For the first quarter of that ball game. Number 19, Virginia Tech is going to knock off Pittsburgh. It's Tech 27, Pittsburgh 7. Late.
Yards total offense against Maryland last week. Right now, 4:37 with 15 minutes to play.
Second down and a yard as we begin this fourth quarter. Tulsa from the Mountaineer 45 with a wishbone formation. And they play action out of it, and Fitzgerald has time, and he floats the ball out there, and it is hauled in by Higgins, and Higgins inside the 20, and he is finally knocked out of bounds at the 15-yard line by Scooter Davis, a 30-yard pickup on the opening play of the fourth quarter for Tulsa. That was the 40th pass attempt for Tulsa this afternoon, and it hits big. They've got the ball to the Mountaineer 15-yard line. They'll stay out there. Wishbone formation and a single receiver. Wide out to the left, that's Jeremiah Brister. On first down, they're going to hand the ball off, and running hard and going nowhere is Higgins, and they've got him in the backfield, stopped dead. A wonderful play that time by Barrett Green, who made the tackle behind the line of scrimmage. Barrett comes into the game with a team-high 22 tackles. He had 9 a week ago against Maryland, 13 against Ohio State. In fact, Don Nealon told me earlier this week that Barrett Green is better than his dad, Joe Green, who played for Don Nealon at Bowling Green. And then Joe went on and played 4 or 5 years in the NFL. He says Barrett's better than his daddy. Second down and 16. 5 receivers in the formation. No one in the backfield for Tulsa. From the Mountaineer 21-yard line. Fitzgerald takes the snap, dropping back. He looks, he fires to the end zone, pass incomplete, overthrew Corey Brown, the intended receiver. Greg Hernandez was on the coverage for the Mountaineers.
First pass all day that Fitzgerald's had a little vinegar on. Everything else has been lobbed.
Now, these guys do not stretch you vertically much. Dink the ball, dink the ball, dink the ball. And it's resulted in 311 yards. But to this point, 14 points. West Virginia has 41. And those are the big numbers. 41-14 Mountaineers. Early fourth quarter. Third down and 16 for Tulsa. From the 19-yard line, I should say the 21-yard line. Out of the shotgun with 5 receivers in the formation. Fitzgerald drops. Pressure comes. Dumps the ball. Deflected and incomplete. Boy, great rush that time by the Mountaineers. John Thornton got a hand on that ball. Gerald Smith was the intended receiver. But Big John leaped up there. And John can leap. He's 6'3", 300 pounds, but he can dunk a basketball standing without a running start. Just stand under the basket and go up and dunk it.
You know, I realized the ball was tipped, but Steve Schiller, their center, was 12 yards downfield.
So it's fourth down and 16. And Tulsa will go for it from the 21 of West Virginia. Trips to the right, twins to the left. Fitzgerald takes the snap, dropping back, looking, firing to the end zone. Pass is incomplete. Incomplete into the end zone. It went looking there for Corey Brown, and West Virginia will take the ball over on downs. Great defensive work by Greg Hernandez, the senior. Hernandez, who's been forced into action with the injuries in the defensive backfield with Nate Terry, and Ricky Sherrod was back there on coverage, and the ball goes incomplete as Fitzgerald fired it into the front of the end zone just over the goal line. The ball was broken up beautifully by Greg. Here come the Mountaineers, leading 41-14. I formation, twins to the left, single receiver to the right. Bulger, hands off, Amos, big hole. Here he comes, 25 to the 30, leaps over a would-be tackler, and he's ahead to the 32-yard line. AZ goes airborne. 12 yards and a West Virginia first down. He jumped right over the cornerback, Marshall Gordon. And Amos Zaraway with 189 yards on 22 carries this afternoon. Add to that 3 touchdowns. He has 5 TDs this season.
And a half a bushel of receptions, too.
Yeah, you're right. First and 10, I formation for the Mountaineers. Twins to the left, single to the right. Bulger again goes to Amos. Amos puts his head down, and he pushes the pile ahead to the 36-yard line. Gains 3 that time. That's his 30th carry. Amos has words with the Tulsa defense as he walks back toward the huddle.
Probably just, you know, exchanging pleasantries and meeting them for the first time because our line's been blowing them out all day.
Sean Foreman wide out left, Corey Ivy slot left. Single receiver is Pat Green to the near side. Zaraway breaks out of an I formation to the left. They throw the swing screen to Amos. Amos gets by a would-be man at the 40. Cuts back ahead to the 43-yard line to the 44. Out of bounds on the far side. First down, West Virginia. 9 yards on the catch and run for Amos Zaraway.
Tony, that's his 6th catch for 43 yards on the day. Add that to all these other numbers.
And it should be noted that West Virginia is doing this with a backup offensive line. Matt Wilson, Rick Gillum, Johnny Conti, Steve Ford, and Tanner Russell on the offensive line right now for West Virginia. And Antonio Brown has checked in. He'll line up slot to the right. Sean Foreman wide out to the right. Lone setback is Amos Zaraway. Bulger under center. They're going to run a reverse. Here comes Antonio Brown. Brown looks upfield to the 45, to the 50, 45, first down, West Virginia. He's knocked down at the 41 of Tulsa. My man has some jets. He just turned it upfield. Gets up slowly now. He is down and injured after a 15-yard pickup on a reverse play. And he's up, and he's going to walk it off. Does he have some speed? I mean, does he have some wheels? Amos Zaraway is going to check out of the game, at least for now. Gets a roar of approval from the crowd as Antonio Brown makes his way off. Boy, he's got some speed, doesn't he? I haven't seen that. I mean, I haven't seen go like that. When it's go and go, he just took off.
He split 2 defenders, and they just, I don't think they even knew he went by him. Just a flash. The young man, as we said a week ago, possesses 2 very rare qualities, and that's speed and quickness.
Yep. First and 10 now for West Virginia. The Mountaineers lead this game 41-14. 4th quarter of play. Coming up on 12 minutes to go. 3 receivers out wide to the right for West Virginia. Lone setback is Elvin Swoop. Bulger takes the snap, hands off, fakes the handoff. Gonna keep, gonna fire. Pass wobbly, and it's incomplete. Should have been intercepted by Chris Miller. That one might have slipped out of Bulger's hand because it was Billy Kilmer all the way. It was just a wobbly duck. And Chris Miller, a junior college transfer out of St. Louis, I mean, it was right in his breadbasket, but he could not come up with it. The intended receiver was David Saunders. Good word from down on the sideline. Antonio Brown, who was shaken up, is okay. So we'll probably see him again. So West Virginia 2nd and 10 now from the Tulsa 41-yard line. Quinn receivers right, and now Pat Green comes in motion. Now goes back up to the left, and they'll hand off to Swoop. He cuts it back up the middle. He goes to the 35, down to the 34. A good pickup all the way to the 33 for Elvin Swoop. 8 yards on the pickup for Elvin.
That's not a boo you hear. That's a swoop coming from the crowd here.
Little Elvin had a nice tote in the first half of play. He's got 45 yards this afternoon on 4 carries. Pat Green, the young man from Monessen, Pennsylvania, wide out left. Sean Foreman wide out right. Slot receiver to the right. This time Green comes in motion all the way over, and the snap, and Bulger rolls out to his right. He looks, fires into the end zone for Sean Foreman. Pass is incomplete. There was contact all the way. No flag is down. West Virginia went for it all on 3rd down and 2. Marshall Gordon was on the coverage. Boy, there seemed to be a lot of hand fighting going on down there, but no interference. On 4th down, Don Nealon's going to keep his offense on the field and go. Sean Foreman's out there. Sean's already caught a couple of big balls here this afternoon. Saunders will line up slot right. Foreman wide out right. Wingman is Wes Hours to the right side. He goes in motion. Now comes back. They toss the ball to Elvin Swoop, and here is Swoop running, and Swoop forward progress. He's got himself a first down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. Elvin Swoop, the junior from Port St. Lucie, Florida. A 4-yard pickup on the play. First down, West Virginia. Corey Ivy, Sean Foreman, Pat Green out there. For the Mountaineers, West Virginia leads it 41-14 over Tulsa. 10:40 and counting in the fourth quarter. Foreman wide out left. Corey Ivy is your slot left. In motion from right to left is Pat Green. 3 receivers out to the left. Fake the handoff, bootleg. Here's Bulger, connects with Beck to the 15, and he is knocked down inside the 15 to the 13. Beautiful play. West Virginia flooded the left side with 3 receivers. Naked bootleg for Mark Bulger. He rolled out to his right. Bam! He got it into the hands of Anthony Beck, who picks up 15 yards on the catch and run, brought down by Gillette and Ashawn Farley. 1st and 10 from the 13 of Tulsa, and Antonio Brown has re-entered the game for the Mountaineers, comes in place of Sean Foreman. Pat Green lines up wide out left. Corey Ivy slot left. Antonio Brown receiver to the right side, getting man-on-man coverage. Swoops the lone setback. Bulger takes the snap, hands off to Swoop. Swoop looking for room, puts his noggin down and gets inside the 10-yard line. Picks up 3 on the play. That'll keep the clock winding. Now inside of 10 minutes to go in this game. Don't forget, West Virginia against the Midshipmen of Navy next Saturday. We'll be in Annapolis, and we'll be on the air with you beginning at 11:30. Bad note as I look down in the right side, Solomon Page is gimping off the field and headed to the training room. Understand, well, it's better than it looks. He's got bad cramps. Those are correctable. Here's West Virginia now. 2nd down and 7 from the Tulsa 10. Twins to the right. Bulger. Hands off. Swoop. He's met and eaten behind the line of scrimmage. Nothing going on there. They'll lose 3 yards on the play. Clay Johnson, backup linebacker, and Justin Dixon, a true freshman, make the tackle. Justin Dixon out of Tulsa, Oklahoma, a homegrown product. Had a great high school team. In fact, his team won state championships in Oklahoma in his junior and senior seasons. A lot of these kids are from Tulsa, including the head coach, Dave Rader. He's a Tulsa native, played quarterback there, and is back at his alma mater. 3rd down and 10 now for West Virginia. From the 14-yard line, Bulger rolls out to his right. He looks, he pumps, in trouble, he fires, pass is incomplete, out of bounds on the near side.
Mark Bulger's pass.
Looking over there for Corey Ivy.
Intended for number 8, Corey Ivy.
Field goal time for Jay Taylor as 4th down and 10 comes up.
Well, if he's successful here, Tony, he'll have 13 points on the day. That's not bad production.
On the coverage.
Jay is 2 for 2 this afternoon, and his holder will spot that ball down at the 21-yard line. This will be a 31-yard attempt. Angling to the right. Snap is down. The kick is on the way for Jay, and the kick is good. Jay Taylor has just tied Miami's Dane Pruitt and BC's John Madich for 4th place on the career Big East all-time field goal list with a 31-yard field goal. 8:35 to go here in Morgantown. West Virginia 44, Tulsa 14.
There's a lot of quality built into every Toyota Camry. Quality that starts right here with parts made for Toyota in West Virginia and sent to Georgetown, Kentucky, where they're used to build Toyota Camrys, Avalons, and now Sienna vans. Other parts go to California, where Toyota Corollas and Tacoma trucks are built. Fact is, most of the Toyotas sold here are made in the USA. With quality that starts in West Virginia.
You'll never get away with this, Siegfried.
You don't get it, do you, schmuck? Chaos has already won.
Don't tell me.
This plane is going to crash, and I have the only parachute.
I asked you not to tell me that.
Tell me the secret of how 16 million Americans with diabetes can stay in control.
All right. Once people with diabetes know when and how often to test their blood sugar, it's important to use those results to take action and stay healthy. That way they can keep chaos out of their lives forever.
Too bad that knowledge will crash with your schmuck.
Sorry about that, Siegfried, but would you believe my shoe phone has been on for the whole time, broadcasting my message to the entire country? If you have diabetes, get smart about testing and controlling your blood sugar.
So Tulsa will start it from 35. Let's check in down below right now. John Garcia is standing by. John?
Tony, we've talked in the early ongoing about Tulsa being outmanned offensively. West Virginia had them by 40 pounds per man, and I think in this second half, it has clearly showed that West Virginia was a physical and dominant football team in this third and fourth quarter.
You're right, Gar. Paid off finally. L. Johnson making those guys run up that law school hill in the summer and pushing that car around. That's why they do it. Osinosa into the game. First down and 10 for Tulsa. And they run a little delay handoff to Charlie Higgins. He breaks free over the 40, the 45, and he's ahead to the 48-yard line. 13 yards on the pickup. Tulsa came into the game averaging 42 points. They've got 14 right now with 8:20 to go. Mountaineers have exceeded their point total from a week ago. They had 42 against Maryland. They've got 44 on the big board. First down and 10, twin receivers to each side from the 48-yard line of Tulsa. Here's Fitzgerald. Again, the delay handoff and a hole opens up for Higgins. He's held up at the 45 and then tackled at the 42-yard line, 43. Scooter Davis on that carry, or on that tackle, I should say. Statistically, John Garcia told us before the game that West Virginia would get 460 yards of offense.
I guessed 502.
Woody, guess what? You're absolutely on the nose.
Wonder how
unbelievable.
I think it's ESP.
The balance of it is what really is amazing. We'll get to that in a second. Here's first and 10 from the West Virginia 42-yard line. Fitzgerald hands the ball off to Higgins. Got a big hole. Here he comes over the 35. Is hit by Tompkins, and he loses the ball out of bounds. And they'll spot him down at the 20. Let's see where they walk it up to. Down at the 20, call it the 29-yard line. The balance for West Virginia this afternoon, 502 yards of offense. 253 in the air, 249 on the ground. That's great.
And that high-powered Tulsa team has accounted for 334 yards today, 222 of that in the air.
Here's Tulsa now, first and 10 from the Mountaineer 30. Twins to the left. Lone set back is Higgins. Motion man, they bobble the ball. It's Gerald Smith in the backfield. He tried to come over from a slot and take a reverse, and he lost control of the ball, and he'll be blown dead at the 37-yard line, all the way to the 38. Six minutes and 58 seconds and counting. A big loss on that play of 8 yards, so it's second down and 18 for the Golden Hurricane. 5 receivers eligible this time. They've got 3 wide right, 1 to the left, plus a tight end. And here is Fitzgerald dropping a throw. He fires. Pass caught by the big tight end. Tony Fisher immediately hauled down by Barrett Green. He picks up 6 yards on the play. Let's get an update now as far as an injury goes with John Garcia and Gary Stills. John?
Tony, I talked with Gary Stills here on the sideline. He said that he will start practicing on Tuesday. And I said, Gary, are you going to be ready for Navy? And he said, most definitely. So that's good news for Mountaineer fans.
Good news, absolutely. Third down and 13. Facing Tulsa from the West Virginia 33-yard line. Higgins comes out of the backfield and will line up as a receiver wide out right. They've got twins to each side. Here's Fitzgerald dropping 7 steps, looking, floating the ball down the field. Pass is incomplete. Charlie Fisher on the coverage. Wes Caswell, the intended receiver on the play. And the ball bounds incomplete. Good coverage by Charlie Fisher. They say that Charlie was the most improved defensive back during 2-a-days. And he was right on him.
One of the best conditioned players on the field as well.
That's right.
Charlie that time had his back to the ball and simply read the receiver. And went up just in the nick of time to knock that one away.
He was named best conditioned on the team under 190 pounds. He weighs 185. 4th down and 13, and they're down by 30. And as you might expect, they will go for it. Triple receivers to the right, single receiver to the left. Fitzgerald from a shotgun takes the snap, drops, looks, floats the ball right side, incomplete. It's West Virginia's ball. Incomplete on 4th down, intended there for Corey Brown. And the Golden Hurricane give the ball over with 5:44 to go. And the Mountaineers leading it by 30 points. With 5:44 remaining, it's 44-14 West Virginia. Exclusive.
All of a sudden, 43.
Going to give him forward progress on that, about a half-yard gain. Brad Lewis is a strong-armed kid. He threw for over 5,000 yards and 37 touchdowns in his high school career at Shadyside High School. That's the alma mater, by the way, Woody, of former Mountaineer Sports Information Director Joe Bozen, Shadyside, Ohio.
Oh, really?
They say that Brad was a little bit better athlete than Joe. 2nd and 9. Here is Swoop running off the left side, and he puts his head down. Gets ahead to the 48-yard line. He'll gain 4 on that one. Well, Mark Bulger's day is done, but we should point out that Mark, going over 200 yards this afternoon, has tied Jeff Hostetler and Chad Johnston for first place on the career 200-yard passing games list with 10. Mark finishes 21 out of 36 today, 253 yards. On 3rd down and 5. Lewis gonna pass. He fires right side, pass caught. Antonio Brown, 1st down, West Virginia. And there it is, Brad Lewis's first college completion. It goes to Antonio Brown, a true freshman. 7 yards on the pickup. 3:09 on a turning 4th quarter clock. The Mountaineers exploded here in the 2nd half, and they lead it 44-14. Twin receivers out wide to the left for the Mountaineers. Here's Lewis handing off. Swoop hitting the backfield, going to be ridden down. They'll lose 3 yards on that play. The game was a 6-point advantage for West Virginia at halftime. It was 20-14 Mountaineers. So the Mountaineers have scored 24, and Tulsa's been shut out in the 2nd half. Yeah, if it were basketball, this would be a 24-0 run. And I've been touting John Garcia over the last 2 weeks for his ability to call total offense that West Virginia is going to get. I've got another guy who called this one to the head. Remind me. 2nd and 14. McIntyre in a wing position. Goes left to right. Lewis. Play actions. Rolling out to his left. Has time. He looks. He fires. And he short arms the ball. Intended there for Seth Abraham, Zach's younger brother. I was talking yesterday with Mountaineer graduate assistant coach Rob Keyes. And I said, Rob, what's the deal here for tomorrow's game? He said, we'll score in the 40s and they'll get 14, but that's it. It's 44-14. Keyes can be reached at 1-800. 1-800-ROB Keyes. Just give him a call. 3rd down and 14 now for the Mountaineers from the 49-yard line of Tulsa. Inside of 2 minutes to go in the game, out of an I formation, twin receivers left. Single receiver, Antonio Brown to the right. Lewis, quick drop, fires a slant for Brown, incomplete. Old Brad throws the ball now. He doesn't float it. So West Virginia will give the ball over on downs. Even though Tulsa is far, far away from here, there's a lot of Pennsylvanians on this Tulsa team. Let's go down on the field. John Garcia. John, what's the story? All these guys from PA on this Tulsa team.
Well, Tulsa has 8 players on their roster from Pennsylvania, Tony. That's because Mark Thomas, one of their assistant coaches, played at Penn State. There's the Pennsylvania connection.
Sounds good. Punt time for the Mountaineers. Jay Taylor going to pooch one up high. Fair catch called for by Caswell. He's going to take it at the 9, and that is it. 1:45 to go. 44-14. West Virginia has the lead.
R-E.
Reclamation.
C-L-A.
Extracting natural resources without disturbing our environment.
M-A.
Drainage control was an essential element in Catenary Coal's award-winning mine site.
T-I.
Walker Machinery and Caterpillar recognize the coal industry as an important partner in West Virginia's economic development.
O-N.
Good job, Laura. Reclamation for generations to come.
Yes!
Hello, I'm Mac Lyon, host of a new program coming to WBOY next Sunday morning at 7 o'clock. It's called In Search of the Lord's Way. There's nothing sensational about our program. It's simply a loving Bible study. There are no appeals for money because it's being presented by friends of yours right here in the area. The Oakhurst Church of Christ on Route 250 north of Farmington. And they're being assisted by the Church of Christ, 706 East Main in Mannington. Say we'd like you to join us then at that time. Let us hear from you.
One minute 45. Here in the 4th quarter, Tulsa will take the ball back after the punt from Jay Taylor. We're going to get a new quarterback in here for Tulsa. Michael Wall has come in. Out of a shotgun, he'll work. Twins to each side. Wall, quarterback draw, and he's going to run with it, and he's going to pay as he gets hit to the 15. 6 yards on the pickup. Damon Cogdell in on the tackle for the Mountaineers. Osinosa is out there for West Virginia.
You know, I've been watching Osa. His tremendous speed has taken him out of just about every play. He's a boy in a man's body.
2nd down now, call it 3. And Wall hands the ball off, and churning ahead, not going too far, is Charlie Higgins. Might have the 1st down on that play. Now you can stay connected to the Mountaineers on a daily basis through MSN Sportsnet on the World Wide Web. Just type in www.msnsportsnet.com for your connection to the Mountaineers. And with just 59 seconds to go in the game, West Virginia will take...
West Virginia, they're first.
What he just said. with a timeout below. 59 seconds to go. The Mountaineers 44, Tulsa 14.
West Virginia's competition is tough, at times even brutal. But listen, Mountaineer fans, one way to beat them is with a club, the Mountaineers United Club. I'm Coach Don Nealon, and this is a great way to support WVU athletic scholarships while enjoying free Mountaineer checks, a no annual fee Mountaineer credit card, and more. Please join today at your nearest United office, unless, of course, you're a Hokie.
Stop throwing your money away on rent. We have the answer at Middletown Home Sales of Fairmont and Weston and Star Home Center in Morgantown. With hundreds of styles and floor plans, you're sure to find your dream home at a dream price. Voted West Virginia's #1 multi-sectional dealer 3 years running, we can match you with the perfect home. Don't pay rent when you can own.
Make it easy. We make it easy.
Home buying is easy at Middletown Home Sales of Fairmont and Weston and Star Home Center in Morgantown.
By Budweiser, saluting America's responsible drinkers who know when to say when. By your friends at Toyota, where you'll find the best deals on the best Toyotas ever. See your Toyota dealer today for Toyota value. Toyota every day. By Coca-Cola, always proud to be a Mountaineer, always Coca-Cola. By United National Bank, West Virginia's bank, we're united with the Mountaineers. And by Champion. Champion has been chosen to be the authentic uniform and apparel supplier to the Mountaineers. Champion, nothing matters but the game. Mountaineers with 520 yards of total offense this afternoon. Tulsa first down and 10 from the 20-yard line of Tulsa. Quarterback Michael Wall with a lone setback. Barks out the signals. Handing the ball off, and this is Higgins, and he runs to the 30, and he's got a head of steam, and watch out. He's at midfield. It's a foot race to the 40. Gets by a tackler at the 20, and he's finally dragged down and loses the football into the end zone, but they're going to blow him down at the 5-yard line with 46 seconds to go. A 75-yard run for Charlie Higgins. Oh, goodness. Doesn't matter as far as the outcome of the game goes, but you just hate to see that. He went off the right side and he was gone. Boo Sensabaugh got caught inside. He should have been the support there. And Gary Tompkins dove for Higgins' feet. Finally, Jerry Porter grabbed him by the back of the shirt and whipped him down. So it's first and goal for Tulsa from the 5-yard line. 39 seconds and counting. Wall under center. Triple receivers left. Wall takes the snap, dropping back. He fires in the end zone. Pass is incomplete, broken up beautifully by Charles Fisher. That will stop the clock with 26 seconds. Tulsa has 2 timeouts remaining. Here they go. 3 receivers wide out left on second down and goal from the 5. 1 receiver to the right. They changed the play over on the Tulsa side. Wall looks back there. The play clock is at 10. Wall kicks his foot back. Receiver comes in motion. 4 on the left. Here's Wall going to keep it. He's running to the end zone and he is in for the touchdown. 5-yard touchdown run for quarterback Michael Wall. And with 22 seconds to go in the game, it's 44-20. So, as far as the scoreboard goes, this will be a deceiving final, because that's 7 that they should not have. Tulsa lines up in the muddle huddle. And now they break from it, and the line comes over to the middle of the field for the extra point. Ryan Archibald will try the extra point. They've had problems with these throughout the game. Field goals and extra points, and this kick is up, and it sails through. So with 22 seconds to go, West Virginia's lead is trimmed, but it is still very comfortable. The Mountaineers 44 and Tulsa 21. For the Golden Hurricane, limited here today to half of its average on offense. They'd come in averaging 42 points. West Virginia down below. Going to bring its hands team out, looking for the onside kick. Next Saturday, the Mountaineers, and this is unusual, will hit the road for the first time. Unusual in that it's our first road game, and the season's a month old. We'll be in October next Saturday as the Mountaineers take on Navy. You know, West Virginia opened up the season now with 4 non-conference games for the first time since joining the Big East back in '91. Normally have an early league game.
Another oddity too, Tony. It'll be a month before we're back home again.
That's right. 24th of October will be the next home game. So the hands team is on. Last week, Jerry Porter came up with an onside kick. Ball spotted on the far right hash. Here is Archibald. Kick going to take a big bounce, and it's going to go to Pat Green. He loses the football. Tulsa got the ball. Pat Green out of his hands, and Marshall Gordon came up with it. Perfectly executed. Now with 21 seconds to go, Tulsa will get the offense back out onto the field. If turnabout is fair play, Wall should throw an interception here, and we should return it for a touchdown because they owe us about 2 or 3 of those from this game.
Used to be they'd slither that ball on the onside kick along the ground. Now they kick it at the top of the ball and make it spin over and over and take that big hop over the receiving team's front line. That was done beautifully.
Barry Tompkins, Jerry Porter out there at safeties for West Virginia. Here is Michael Wall dropping back to throw. He looks, pressures on, he fires incomplete. David Carter piled over Michael Wall, the sophomore from Washington, Pennsylvania. That stops the clock with 16 seconds to go. This game now 3 hours and 32 minutes old. Been a long one. 44-21 is the score, West Virginia. Final seconds. 16 on the big clock. Trips to the right, single receiver to the left. Wall takes the snap, drops back, looks, pressures on, flushed out of the pocket, rolling to his right, and he's going to get sacked. Down he goes, inside Tulsa territory at the 48-yard line. That was Ryan Brady along with Antoine Lake. And that'll do it. Final seconds, we're down to 1, and that is it. Head coach Don Nehlen celebrates his 185th career victory and West Virginia's 80th all-time win at Mountaineer Field as the West Virginia Mountaineers, in a convincing performance, knock off the Golden Hurricane of Tulsa by a final score of 44-21. Quarterback Mark Bulger finishes up the game with 253 passing yards and 2 touchdowns, and Amos Zaraway with 192 yards and 3 TDs. The final score, West Virginia 44 and Tulsa 21.
Okay, it's my big debut. Here we go. Wise, wise, wise. Okay, I'm ready when you are.
Good.
Wise. Did he forget his line or what? Is this the regular one or is he the understudy? Is this? Yeah, thank you. Hey, you gotta wait for me. Let's hold it, not you. He goes, then I. Wait a second, not you. Hold it. Why? Why? I can't work in this environment. Cut. Cut.
Get one of the world's best quality automakers to refine and perfect a single automobile for 30 years, and this is the result. Toyota Corolla. It's everything you'd expect and more, because now Corolla's all new, bigger with more power and safety features like side impact airbags, yet priced $1,000 below last year with a special low payment lease available. No wonder Corolla is the best-selling car in the world.
3 Weston parents could face death in connection with a fire that killed 5 children. WBOY was first with coverage from Wheeling. A weapon and explosives are found in a Randolph County drug raid. WBOY showed you how police diffused a dangerous situation. And the 4th attack of a WVU student has police fighting back. Team 12 told you how campus patrols are being beefed up. Your only choice for local news first is your first choice for news. Team 12.
The Mountaineers take aim at Tulsa this Saturday night at 11:30.
Brought to you in part by West Virginia's supermarket of recreational vehicles, Brand Trailer Sales, Fairmont.
One minute and 25 seconds to play here in the opening half. West Virginia trying to hold on to a 13-7 lead over the Golden Hurricane of Tulsa.
Last time, Tony, they got this close, we intercepted in the end zone. West Virginia then forced a missed field goal.
This time they're going to line up their best receiver, Damon Savage, in the backfield. Twin receivers to the right. Now Savage breaks out of the backfield. He goes wide out to the left. No one in the backfield. Fitzgerald drops to throw. He looks for Savage. A slant pattern pass is caught. Touchdown, Tulsa. An 8-yard touchdown reception. They put Savage in the backfield. He broke out of the formation prior to the snap. He ran a slant pattern to the post, and he caught the ball right at the goal line. He goes in for the touchdown to tie the game up at 13 apiece. And Tulsa now will go into a muddle huddle once again. Now they'll break from the muddle huddle and they'll go into a conventional set for the point after.
Number 7, Smith.
This could give Tulsa the lead, but so far kicking has been an adventure. Gerald Smith is the holder. Snap is back, it's clean, the kick is on the way, and the kick is good. So Tulsa takes the lead on the extra point. 1:21 to go in the half. Tulsa 14 and West Virginia 13. Offensively, unofficially, Tulsa has 225 yards of total offense. West Virginia with 203. Mountaineers have been primarily doing it with the ground game, 116 rushing yards for the Mountaineers.
And we harken back to early in the first quarter of this ball game. West Virginia outdid them in total offense 100-9. Tulsa hadn't even hit double figures as they headed into their third possession.
So the Mountaineers have no timeouts remaining, and they will have to get set here and try to go hurry. Let's go back down on the field right now. John Garcia standing by. John, what happened on that touchdown for Tulsa?
Well, Tulsa lined up in two tight ends, a pretty basic formation. Then they motioned to the wide side of the field, Tony. Gary Tompkins had the motion man-to-man, but he made a critical mistake. He gave the quick slant to the quarterback, and the end result was a touchdown.
All righty, Gar. Chris Ernest will kick the ball off. Line drive kick. Gonna take it. Porter from the 6, ahead of the 10 at the 15, now to the 20, trying to run to the left side at the 25, at the 30, to the 35, and he leaps over a would-be tackler, and he's down at the 40-yard line. He literally faked the Golden Hurricane out of their shoes. Donovan Levinus, a backup linebacker, lost his shoe on the play as Jerry Porter just went up and over him.
Little hurdle move, and I got a feeling that Porter is used to that hurdling situation. He's an all-round athlete, does everything.
Keep in mind now that Don Nealon will use Jay Taylor on a field goal attempt from as far away as 55 yards. So if we can pop some here with 1:13 to go, we could have a shot at that. Maybe even do better. Shotgun formation. Bad snap. Bulger corrals it. Fires to Zeraway. Zeraway at the 42, to the 45, to midfield. He runs out of bounds with a penalty marker thrown on the play. We're going to get a penalty here likely against West Virginia on a block. Sean Foreman was down there and may have either held or blocked from behind. Dog. That's what it is.
Doesn't help.
So West Virginia had Zeraway out at the 50-yard line, and he was trying to get out of bounds there to stop the clock, which he did. May have been David Saunders.
That was holding by the offense. A 10-yard foul from the spot of the foul. Still first down.
Yeah. I'm going to call that against Foreman. Saunders had a great block on the play, but it was Foreman on the hold. All right, ball is back to the 39-yard line of West Virginia. 1:05 to go in the half. Mountaineers with 3 receivers wide left. Shotgun formation with a lone setback Zeraway. Bulger takes the snap, dropping back. Bulger looks, fires deep, fires incomplete. Looking for David Saunders. Ball was underthrown. David did not come back for the ball. Was it that badly thrown, Woody?
Well, it was behind him, but Ivy had a shot at the ball too, and oddly enough, you never see 2 receivers like that in the same area. They could have been covered by one man, but neither one of them came up with the ball.
Big play. Antonio Brown is in the game. Slot receiver to the left. Bad snap again. Bulger gets it back. Steps up. He fires for the sideline, incomplete. Pat Green, the intended receiver. We haven't seen bad snaps all season, and we've had 2 on this series.
I think maybe Bulger might be trying to hurry himself. 56 seconds to go in the clock, and I tell you what, too.
Yeah, it's third down.
There are a lot of Tulsa jerseys around him every time he takes that short drop.
This is key here. This is 3rd down and 11. You don't want to give these guys the ball back. 3rd and 11 from the 39. Snap is back. Bulger rolling out to his left. Looks, fires, has a man caught. Ivy, first down, West Virginia. The junior from Boca Raton, Florida, hauls in the pass at the 46-yard line of Tulsa. Make it the 44-yard line. That one goes for 17 yards. And a West Virginia first down. There is time, 48 seconds, but West Virginia again does not have any timeouts. Tulsa leads this game 14-13. Clock starts up again. Triple receivers wide right. Snap is back to Mark. He steps up. He pump fakes. He's going to keep. Now he tosses to Zeraway. Quick cutback, and Zeraway is ahead to the 33-yard line, down to the 33 and a half. It's a first down. That'll stop the clock. on an 11-yard catch and run for Amos Zaraway. Stops the clock with 36 seconds to go. So it's 1st and 10 with 36 seconds remaining. Getting into Jay Taylor territory. Shotgun formation, trips to the right. Bulger drops, Bulger looks, fires to the end zone, has a man, incomplete. Later in the drive and late in the first half, West Virginia had advanced the ball down to the 1-yard line. And once again, a familiar pass play for the Mountaineers as quarterback Mark Bulger finds Sean Foreman in the corner of the end zone. A sensational catch by Foreman over Tulsa's Marshall Gordon. And with the score, West Virginia takes the lead. Another look at a very familiar pattern. A timing route into the corner of the end zone, and the ever-strong Sean Foreman makes a beautiful grab. So West Virginia, with the late score, takes the lead at halftime. It's the Mountaineers on top by 6, 20-14.